Hi, sorry for the setup time. Oh gosh, oh no, and here I was thinking, oh, I was about to say I'm late because I had to readjust my settings for my ASMR stuff, and then I realized I was logged out on Twitch, and I wanted to dual stream this because I always do, but now I'm realizing my mic is also not set up correctly. Oh gosh, hold on a second, I hope you can even hear me. I don't know. Ah, there we go, this should fix all the issues. I don't know why it was being weird. I just fixed it, but I guess still. Hi Kira, hi Mavis. Good luck with your laundry rushing. And hi Banani. Oh gosh, I just realized I'm not even on my Celsius stream. I was away for like what, 4 days? And I immediately start messing everything up. But yes, I'm back from my little break. I mean, I guess I did my study stream, but that was not really a proper stream. That was more just desperate measures. But yes, I'll do a quick little bit of recap, and then we'll get into the game. But yes, for those that don't know, I made posts about it both here and on my Discord. I was sick. I probably overdid it a little bit, though. It could be only that. That's not how illness works. But yeah, I got a little sick. I wasn't doing so well, and I also had exams. Like normally I'm the type that would like at least try to push myself through my illness for the sake of streaming, but I had an exam literally freaking yesterday, and I could not afford to spend my little bit of energy that I had when I was sick on streaming when I had an exam that I had to study for, because I needed it for that, because it's a very difficult exam. It's an exam that I've made 3 times now and passed and failed twice. Only I did pass it yesterday, luckily, which is great. It would have been terrible if I didn't. But yeah, it's a very difficult test, so I need my energy for it, which is why I was gone for a little bit. But yes, I did pass it. I don't have to retake the entire freaking class, which is awesome. I was very scared I would have to, but luckily no. Also, hi Ray. Let's see. I always take notes between streams on stuff that I need to talk about, and because I was gone for so long, I have like a whole list of things, so let me check. Right, I also wrote down one of the things. Hi Garo. I specifically wanted to emphasize, because I've been seeing a lot of people like apologize and also kind of shame me for saying like, this is what happens when you stream for 9 hours, and I just want to say, yes, streaming for 9 hours and staying in your PC for 9 hours is probably not the smartest idea, but it's not like this is actually coming from streaming. Like, I honestly, compared to what I streamed less, remember before I had my little talking stream when I would stream like 3 times a week, honestly, I'm spending less time and energy streaming now than I did back then, because if I don't stream like as much as I want, I'm instead going to be spending too much time off stream, thinking about streaming, prepping for streaming, and like, I don't know, doing like, I just want to make it clear that streaming less is not the way to prevent this, because it's just going to make me stressed out more. So, oh well. We ball. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see, what else do I have here? Right. I was going to do, for also connected to me being kinda sick, like I'm doing better now. Beyond that streamer mindset, yes, but it's because I really like it. Like, I genuinely really enjoy streaming. It makes me very happy. To be very personal for a moment, I am doing the best now that I have in like since I was very little. Like in terms of like mental health, my mental health is at the best it's been in years. Like, it's genuinely doing really good for me because I love it a lot. So I don't want to take that away. That's also not good for me. But yeah. I was gonna do, for Valentine's tomorrow, I was gonna do a stream where I talked about it. It's cringy ASMR scripts, but if I laugh, I have to eat hot sauce. After considering that I'm just now recovering from being sick, I realized that filling up my system with hot sauce is probably not the best idea. So what I'm gonna be doing is instead I'm gonna be making the punishments a little more varied. I also think that makes for better content actually, but I'm just gonna be doing like a punishment wheel instead of just only hot sauce, because that's probably going to fuck me up. That's probably not a good idea. So I will probably at the end of this stream be taking some ideas for things. Either actually I might do it at the start of tomorrow's stream. Either way, I will be taking some suggestions to put on the wheel. I have some myself, but I need more. So that's going to be a little different from what I said before for the sake of my health. And I think that's honestly the important things. I mean, I do have one more thing I wrote down, and I don't know when I wrote this down, but it's here. I think I wrote this, no, but if I wrote it down after my Zero Escape stream, I would have talked about it sooner. Either way, I randomly have like a note with a bunch of typos that I don't know how this came here, but I wrote down to talk about on stream how much I now hate the trope of characters randomly being siblings. Why did I write a note of this? I mean, it's true, I do really hate that plot twist, but it's so not relevant to anything else I'm talking about right now. Why did I write this as a note? Oh. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into the game. Sounds good? Okay. Alright. Anyways, the letter. Jump scare. Getting into it right away with jump scares. At least it's not FNAF. If my first stream from being back from break would be FNAF, that would be a bad idea. But this will be fine. This will be fine. Oh, alright. I forgot that last time we fought the murder dungeon. I forgot that we were still playing. I had to make a blue sky post for this, and I didn't remember what we were doing, so I just chose a random image. But I forgot that we're still playing as Marianne. We're in their freaking murder dungeon, in Luke's murder dungeon. Maybe Johannes as murder dungeon even. Oh no. Oh no, we're in the middle of bad stuff. Can't stay today. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the stream. Yes, I know you're still on break and whatever, so yeah. Bye Ray. It also proves that the oddities in the mansion's floor plans are a lot more than just little discrepancies. Yeah, it's like freaking, what's it called? I don't know. I forgot the word that I'm supposed to, like a house filled with a bunch of secret paths and like traps. You know, that type of stuff. I expect the rain to jump out at me from the darkness at any time. A breeze blowing through the tunnel has me relieved though, at the idea that there is still a way to escape should that happen. That's way better than being trapped underground with only God knows what that was. A funny thought comes to mind as I start walking to where the exit might be. I think about how Mrs. Wright would be so disappointed if I didn't show up to the party. I imagine how furious Mr. Wright would be for picking one of his wine bottles. Even Johannes' reaction comes to mind, though I don't really know with that guy. Yeah, I don't think he would be very happy with you being here. One thing's for sure is that they would be calling Cam and Harina for a drink as soon as I get out of here. Honestly, valid coping reaction. Oh no. Oh no. We're not just in the murder dungeon, but the freaking ghost is still here. I really came back from break right into the freaking horrors. Oh no. I make terrible decisions. I should have just said fuck it, I'm playing Rain Roll or something. Why did I choose this to get back into? Anyways, hi ghost. That noise is me worry. You know what? Out of all the images of the ghost I've seen so far, this one is by far the least scary and by far the most. Okay, I get why y'all low-key simp for this. I see the vision. A ghastly thing, a corpse of a woman, leans on a wall. Her arms and limbs, almost every inch of her lithe body, is peppered with wounds and rotting flesh. She's so gonna turn to us in a jump scare, isn't she? And then, that putrid smell of blood and gore hits me, making it so that I don't even question how I missed it in the first place. The world would probably be as draining, maybe not as scary in the same way, but you know, it would be draining. But it wouldn't be nearly as scary. But like, I mean, considering that I play Rainbow streams for a lot longer than I do streams of this game, it probably is for the best that I'm playing this and not Rainbow. Because this game I usually play for 3 hours, Rainbow I usually play for at least 5, so this is probably actually the easier option, you're right. What's yours after bacon? Yeah.
How long has this been here?
For as long as the ghost story has been around, probably.
Oh, that smell! Oh, you're a nasty one, aren't you?
Not you calling the ghost a nasty one. What kind of reaction is that? Like, it's obviously a corpse. You've literally been seeing ghosts this entire time. Why is it the smell? Why is it the... Is it? I don't know. Christiana? I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm so sorry, but hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty alright. I'm back from my break, I'm now getting back into streaming, it's nice. Glad to hear. How are you doing? Also, I'm so good at jump scared. I believe it's just the thing twitches. What did I say? What did I say? I know these games so well. I literally said, oh, it's gonna turn to me in a jump scare. These games are so predictable. That didn't even scare me, I'm just laughing. As soon as it opens its eyes and looks at me with a smile, there's nothing on my mind but horror. How long have you been playing this game in general? I mean, I can just look at my freaking YouTube and see how... Actually, no, it's way easier to look at my Steam page. It says I've been playing this for 22 hours, but I've kept it open aside from streams as well, so probably like... 17-ish hours? It's a very long game. I see, actually, I love this type of stuff, so I'm exploring. I'll play it, lol. I mean, it's a very dramatic game. It's a very spooky game, but it's a lot of fun, I think. Oh no. I make it to a run. Honestly, that's probably the best idea. Yeah, don't stand around with the ghost. Approaching it's only going to get you killed. Though I don't like the idea of turning your back on it either. Your stream is going very well. I enjoy watching your stream. Thank you, that's very nice. I try to keep on running no matter how much my legs and feet scream at me to stop. I keep going, even when I look back I see nothing of her anymore, but I can still hear her. The scampering of her feet, the words she tries to form with her bloodied mouth, and the painful sounds of bones grinding against each other as she moves closer and closer to me. Who are you just saying? Mavis, are you just saying dungeons? Dun. I'm from Canada. I used to do featuring digital art stream. These days I've been playing with the original Final Fantasy. I haven't played Final Fantasy before, but I probably will at some point. I do enjoy that type of game. But yeah, digital art streams is cool. You just woke up. Oh yeah, I guess you were doing laundry and whatever. So I said this before, but I completely forgot we were in a dungeon with the ghost right here. We're off to a very stressful start.
How long are these damn tunnels?
There's a split second where I know that the thing is right behind me, a strange sensation creeping over my limbs when her presence looms over me. And then suddenly, I'm waiting for the jump scare to happen. I just know I'm gonna flinch out of my chair. I was watching your stream, your PNG setup and expressions are really cute and expressive. I mean, I don't even have expressions. I just be who can smile and raise my tail or whatever. I can't even do anything before I'm yanked by the hair and pulled back. Yeah, maybe looking away from it was not the right move. Maybe it functions like, you know, a weeping angel or whatever. Still, I struggle up until I'm thrown to the side like some ragdoll. Yeah! I hit the ground on my side and a musty smell of old hay that reaches me as my only indication that I'm still alive. Let me try something to— Why are you calling me Twinksa? Have you ever any thought to move on to a live 2D feature where I have? I'm working on my own design, like, on the side. I don't have that much time to dedicate to it, but it is cooking in the background. I do have a humanoid design in the works, and then I'll have to get it rigged. But that's a future thing. That won't be anytime soon. I hit the ground on my side. I already read this.
Please don't hurt me.
See if YouTube freaking cares. Oh, right. I forgot that it's a censored word. I have my own stuff I make. Feature models is rigging for my streamer friends. Would you like to see some of my feature? You upset me. Why? I'm so tired of the people that come in here solely to advertise their stuff. Like, you've been very nice to me, and I appreciate that, but no advertising. No advertising. I know you're just here to advertise. Mavis, can you ping someone in my server, either Cookie or Gyro with Twitch firms to take care of this, please? I'd be really happy if you gave me some good feedback. You're probably using AI. I mean, there's a chance you're just a normal advertiser, but you're still an advertiser. Please don't go into people's streets and advertise. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. You're just making the streamer very tired of people coming in here trying to advertise their work, which is just going to make people want to commission you less. So don't do this. Don't do this. Right after I'm back from break 2, we're starting off strong in a wrong way. I'm hoping Maves is taking care of it. Anyways. My body hurts and I keep my eyes shut tight, afraid of what might happen next.
What's wrong, Marianne? Are you really afraid of little old me?
Well, that's not as horrifying as I thought this sushi would be. I thought there would be like an actually scary sushi. There's only dread seeing how she's followed me here. Me even here. She looms over me, bags me further in the cell that I was thrown in.
Please. It's so cold. I don't want to be alone, Marianne.
Why won't you stay with me? Why would you leave me? Why? What are you?
A ghost. Oh, yeah. This is what I was actually expecting. That's deleted by a moderator. Oh, I'm not logged in, so I can't see who did it, but thank you whoever did the Twitch thing. Lorraine turned and shifted to the thing from before. What a very friendly look in her eyes. So joyful, so totally not deranged. And with that same gruesome grin, it steps forward towards the cell. Towards me. Wait, why are you in a cell? When did you get in a cell? Also, is that a video camera? Are we gonna have to do more quick times? Oh no. Great fear, Marianne fear. Yeah, something like that. I'm guessing maybe the reason there was a quick time so early in the chapter is because there will be another one right here. Because I'm seeing that camera and I remember what I had to do with the flash for Zachary. So I'm getting ready. I have my hands on my keyboard. I barely scrambled to my knees when the door to the cell slammed shut and it just stands there staring. Shouts for help ring out in the tunnels. But none of them are coming from me. I'm more paralyzed and shocked by... Oh, it's Gara. Thank you, Gara. None of them are coming from me. I'm more paralyzed and shocked by what is happening. My throat tightens at being fooled by the image of Lorraine and the thought of being trapped down here. So then where?
Help me! Help me! Oh, help me! Are you getting all this on camera, Carl?
Oh, it's like, I guess teenagers went in here to do like a dare or whatever. That's why there's a camera. Why is that camera there? Well, that I literally just explained, so you know.
Yeah, but are you guys sure this is a good idea? We're breaking and entering here. Don't worry, the owners of this place haven't been here in a long time. Look at this thing, though. It has writing in blood like some cheesy 80s horror prop. Wait, I have an idea.
Oh, they have the letter as well.
Oh man, that's genius!
What kind of butthead would even take this thing seriously? Maybe we can stick this in Rowan's backpack. That's Suarez kid would panic.
Oh god, that made me flinch. That actually made me flinch more than any of the other jump scares.
What? Spit it out! Behind you!
Also, I need to keep my health on my keyboard. There, in the corner of the cell, a digital camera comes flicker into life and a video has played back on the screen. Oh yeah, they are dead. It was hard to even consider paying any attention to it when my life is on the line. But when the ghost doesn't move and the teenagers' mocking shouts of help me filled the cell, I just had to watch. Imagine being named Wimpy Kid. I prefer Brats. That, I feel like that says a lot about you, Mavis. Oops. What do you mean, oops? And what I had seen, students, judging by their stained karate uniforms, they were holding
That letter!
And that thing, the woman, she... Wait, was... I wonder if... What's her name? The Lorraine, the girl she, like, has a crush on or whatever, didn't commit suicide, but rather was killed by the letter. Because what they're saying right now is that students from her school, her old school, had access to the letter at some point, so it could be that that's how she died. Oh, well that's interesting. Desperate to deal with her painful past, Mayor and McCullough excused herself from attending the housewarming party to search for Amy Lorraine in the mansion. Singer goes in the wine cellar, however, and realizing she didn't hit her, she finally let go. That's the same school? I think so. I mean, she said she recognized the uniform. I think the uniforms are different. I mean, what? Actually, it's probably in her profile. I can probably just check. Hold up. No, it's a different school. It's a different school. They both have Saint in the name. That's why I was confused. But no, it's a different school. Why don't British schools all just have Saint in the name? Is that an actual thing? I'm not British. I wouldn't know. Oh, well... I suppose that makes sense. I wonder if that last part happened because I felt a quick time, but I don't know. I have no clue. This is how it begins, or so they say. With a gentle wind drifting through the wide open windows, muffled laughters and footsteps fading behind the empty hallways, and the light kiss of the afternoon sun. Soon there will be a call, a crossing of thresholds into the unknown. Maybe we are off to some grand adventure, or diving into another gripping mystery. One can't really tell. For all I know, a hero might even come to sweep me off my feet, if I'm lucky.
That's not exactly a bad thing when you think about it.
But this is far from one, isn't it? A riveting tale, that is. She was such a freaking romantic in her dialogue. She's living a whole different genre from everyone else. Though it will probably change the horror once we get further in. The mild breeze, the vague murmurs, warm breeze painting every nook and cranny a fiery hue. They're all as real as they can get. As much as I want to write a little tale out of this, I'm far from someone who can. By the way, B, what is Sports Day? It's just a day where you do sports. It's fairly self-explanatory. Fleeting fancies, that's what these are. Merely passing thoughts to occupy an idle mind while waiting for another busy workday to end. And again, maybe in another life I am one, who knows. But at present, what I have, what I've chosen to be. Well,
I won't last years here if I find teaching rowdy adolescents a tedious job, will I?
we don't actually have that here, but you said you dreaded it, but like why? Well, I dreaded it because I'm unathletic as shit. I really hate sports because I suck ass at them. So that's why I hate sports day. It's just a whole day where instead of doing normal school activities, you do sports like against your classmates or other classes. That's literally just the whole concept. It's to promote fitness or whatever. It's like I don't know, it's an event that's more for the school to look good than it is for the actual students. But yeah, no, I hate it. I despise it. Do you have to do sports? Yes. At least the actual structure depends a little bit, but for my school it was like we had usually like 2 or 3 sports that were chosen, and then you do like competitions against your classmates in them, and then you do the other sports, and then you do the other sport, and it takes the whole day, and it's just I take an absent day. Trust me, so many people took an absent day. Heck, I think, have I ever took an absent day? I have actually. I think I did it once. But you can't get out of it because the teachers know. The teachers know that so many people try to skip out on it, so they're very strict about it. Like, even if you're sick or you like say you have an injury, they make you attend and sit on the side because they know that otherwise you're just gonna skip. So they are very strict. At least for my, again, I don't know how it is for other places, but for my school, you had to have a really good excuse to get out of it because they know people would skip. Admittedly, the whole affair isn't exactly as grand or exciting as I'd imagined as a child. If I weren't so stubborn and too passionate about the whole idea, I probably would have quit a long time ago. I'm gonna pour myself some tea. Because my voice is a little hoarse, and I want to be able to not sound like shit when I'm trying to read these lines. What are they gonna do? Show up to my home? They can send like... For us, I think they sent like a mail to the parents, and if they don't have a good excuse, then they count it as like unauthorized absence, which can get you in a lot of trouble. Like, I'm not just, and when I say a lot of trouble, I don't just mean like you're gonna get attention. I mean like, if you skip out on sports day and they send a message to your parents and they don't have a good excuse, they're gonna count it as your parents forcing you to not go to school, and you're gonna get in trouble with the government. Like, you had to have a good excuse. I like this specific music. It's a very different vibe from everything else. Like I said, the combination of this music with Rebecca's inner dialogue, she is living in a different genre. Oh yeah, it's they know that people want to skip out on it. That's why it was so strict. I forgot government cares. I mean, the chance of that actually going that far is pretty low because like, once it gets to that point, your parents are just gonna make an excuse for you. Like, you have to have some really, like, the chance of it actually getting that far is not that high. Like I said, I skipped out it once as well. You just have to have like a really good excuse. You can't just not show up because that's not gonna work. That's all I'm saying. Yo, wild there. Yeah, no, leerplicht, or how do I translate leerplicht? I mean, it's just study enforcement, I guess is the literal translation. It's not very flexible here. Like, there are some parents that will like take their children out of school and pretend they are sick and then go on vacation. You can get in a lot of shit for that. They do not play around here. My tea is still too hot, so I will read some more lines first. But it's always the kids that make it worthwhile, isn't it? As if in agreement, as soon as my pen slides into a neat circle against my papers, I'm creating the final bell rings. Like a dam that has opened, students begin piling out into the hallway soon after. For a short minute, I let the noise fill my ears and my mind wander off to a place far removed from all the hubbub. Solitary moments like this have come few and far between lately. Even my own home has been as quiet as I usually prefer. Though in hindsight, the entire place has been the same either. Since Isabella moved next door. They live next door to each other and I'm only finding this out now. I didn't know this. When they never mentioned this before. I swear they never mentioned this before, even in Isabella's whole chapter. Like, they say she drops by, but not that she lives next door. And if our fussing over a minor cold last week tells anything, I might as well throw any idea of solitude out the nearest balcony, so long as she lives nearby. I had like friends who didn't show up for half a year in middle school. Usually they shouldn't pass, but it was a private school so they would handle it. Damn. I mean, we don't have private schools in general. Like, every school here, like, there are schools that are like special, but even if they're like specialized schools, they can't be private. They have to abide by government regulations. Like, there's no such thing as a truly private school in my country. And like, yeah, no, if you're absent for, I don't know the exact amount of days, but they're very strict about like, if you don't show up enough, you are not passing. No matter, doesn't matter how much influence your parents have on it, you're not passing that shit. They're very strict. Just eat together, good point. I don't know why she complains that she's eating bad when they can just eat together. At the memory, my eyes automatically shift over to the bottle sitting at the edge of my desk. A chuckle escapes from me as I reach for it.
A little ball of energy and enthusiasm. That big baby.
Mother hen, she calls me, and then she says and does the same thing right after. As though I'm unused to being on the receiving end of other people's worries, or I feel any sort of apprehension over fretting. If I'm to be completely honest, it's actually amusing how someone can be childlike one minute and act like a responsible adult the next. But there's a dissonance there, both in her actions and words. Although she may not look like it, may not say anything, may not lose her cheer, one way or another, I know these troubles have weighed down on her lately. Her face says it all, that big numpty. If she thinks I won't notice, she's got another thing coming for her. That's how she has always been. I do understand that part, loud and clear, it's just that I'd really rather not pass another burden onto her.
Or become one myself.
Aren't I supposed to be the one taking care of them? But I guess that's simply one of those things people eventually grow away from, once you've all started leading different lives. Not completely different, I hope. Somehow, that thought makes me feel uneasy. Thankfully, before stranger ideas can take root in my head, a faint buzzing comes from my bag, cutting through the rest of my thoughts. A small frown forms on my lips when the screen lights up and an unknown number flashes. For a long second, my thumb hovers over the answer button. Even the voice that responds once I do accept the call is wholly unfamiliar.
Hello?
Oh, goodness. Finally, it connects.
Who is this? Is it Marianne?
Hello? Is this Miss Gales? Rebecca Gales?
I thought it was my own freaking phone, damn.
Yes, Yes, speaking. Who is this?
Oh, sorry. Rose Cooper.
Oh, never mind,
Realty
it's
Corporation.
Rose. That makes sense. Yeah, no, she dies, so I haven't heard her voice in a bit.
Briar Realty?
My frown deepens as I straighten from my chair. Something in her tone, despite sounding remarkably friendly and light, doesn't quite sit well with me. The frigid pause that follows doesn't help ease the tension that has suddenly descended either.
Miss Cooper?
Yes. Things are a bit busy on my end. I apologize. I'm not certain if Isabella has mentioned anything before, but we're working together on a property at the moment, and
The Armengard Mansion, yes. She said something about that earlier. Is there a problem?
this is about Isabella, actually.
She wastes no time relaying everything. The details she provided are admittedly a bit vague, but enough for me to get the gist of what happened. It isn't the bad story that I'm expecting, though still worrying. Especially with the words panic attack and pale looking a bit sickly, woven together in one foreboding sentence. As quickly as it surfaces, I stomp down the urge to demand answers right there and then. Now is the proper time for useless questions. I'll find it soon enough regardless. I changed my phone theme and it changed the ringtone for some reason. I've been getting jump scared by it the whole day today. Damn, how often are you getting called for you to be jump scared the whole day by your ringtone? I don't get called. Ever. Your new background is Maven. That's based. That's based. To Miss Cooper's credit, she neither hesitates nor falters all throughout. There's some sort of comfort in knowing Isabella has someone like her to guide her. They're not as much as I would have liked. After all, this is Isabella we're talking about. What are the chances she didn't send a bunch of excuses so she won't get sent home? High. Very high. Oh, she is so going to hear it this time. I don't know, I didn't like Rebecca before because she does... she is too overprotective. But seeing it from her perspective does actually make it more likable. She is more annoying from someone else's perspective.
You were listed as one of her emergency contacts, so I thought it'd be best you know about this.
Mom decided to call me multiple times while I was sleeping. Rebecca's cute, yeah.
How is she? Is she doing okay?
I had her take a break for now, but honestly, I'd feel better if someone were to pick her up and take her home for some rest. Anthem's a fair distance from Luxborn. I really don't want her going off on her own. I'd do it myself, but you know how it is today. Big day. People everywhere until the open house ends. I'm really sorry to ask this of you, Miss Gales. I know you're busy.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just about to leave from work. I hope to leave early today anyway. A few minutes ahead wouldn't hurt. I can be there in a few, 30, 40 minutes tops. Is that all right?
More than fine, Miss Gales, thank you. We're supposed to be here until... Oh, excuse me. One moment, please. Yes, ma'am.
The faint hum of conversation echoes from her end. It sounds as though the place is buzzing with more people than you'll expect from a regular open house. I was skeptical at first. The house is old, not to mention it's in an inconvenient location in Luxembourg's outskirts. Who wants to live in a place almost an hour's drive away from the comforts of the city? Every American ever. Every American ever. I do not understand the concept of suburbs. Why the fuck would you want to live an hour drive away from the store, the freaking any activity, your work, freaking Americans, why the hell? Sorry I'm late watching a movie, gonna lurk for Twitch chat. Alright, thank you. Have fun watching your movie. Cookie. But from what little I can hear, it appears Isabella has every right to be optimistic about this sale. If I didn't understand why she was so adamant refusing my offer for help before, I think I do now. To some degree.
We'll be resuming the tour soon. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. I really need to get this thing going.
Y'all cities are not as chaotic, I'm assuming. Well, I mean, chaotic is not the right way to describe it, but we have a lot more, we don't have as strict zoning as America does. Here, if you live, in a neighborhood, there's always going to be, first of all, sidewalks everywhere. You can walk, you can cycle places, you don't have to use a car, there's buses. That, first of all. And also, you don't have to drive an hour for the store. There's just local grocery shops, within a minute's walk, well, not literally a minute, but within a couple minutes walk, wherever you live, you're never gonna be like away from everything. Because even if you live like in a small village or in a big city, there's always going to be like, you're not in an area that's just full of houses and nothing else, where you have to drive an hour to do anything. Like, we just don't have that here. So it's not about chaos, it's just about like weird ass zoning. Suburbs don't have that, no. No, American suburbs have only houses and nothing else, because it's illegal to have anything else. For in an American suburb, you have to, first of all, you can't walk, you have to drive. They usually don't have public transport, you just have to drive like half an hour to get to any store at all. And I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Lord knows how I'll salvage the situation here. It shouldn't be anything complicated, but still, clients. They can be difficult when they want to be. Anyway, just look for me when you get here, alright? I shouldn't be too hard to miss.
No problem. Thanks for letting me know about this. Just make sure Isabella stays put, please. Heaven knows how stubborn that girl can be.
Oh, believe me, I know. Don't worry about it. I'll have a few of our staff keep an eye on her for me until you get here.
That's all I'm asking. I appreciate it.
The whole thing ends on a surprisingly pleasant tone. No, it's, I don't know, whatever, I'm hallucinating words. If only the same can be said for the news she brought. Hello, brief moments have passed, the ease of tension has that. I don't know, I need to like reset my mind. I don't know why my voice is so hoarse today, but it's throwing me off when reading. I mean, I always suck at reading, but you know, even more than usual. Hello, brief minutes have passed, the ease of tension has attached itself firmly to my nerves. What I was saying, it sounds like they have extremers here, and when it comes to extremers here, you might want to choose the calmer one. I don't know what extremes are, but it's not about how calm or chaotic they are. Exterum? No, you wrote it correctly, I just don't know the word and can't read it. You could do it, B, you can read my typo. No, listen. I don't know what that word means, is the problem. I'm assuming it just means the same as like outskirts. But yeah, it's not even so much about how calm or chaotic they are, because suburbs in America, from what I've seen, are freaking dead. There's nothing going on except for like occasional house parties. Go on, do it. Extreme. I mean, I don't know the word that you want me to read because I don't know what the word means. Extreme, yes, extreme. There is the word extreme. Are you happy now? Anyways, yeah, it's not even so much about how busy it is, it's just the fact that there's nothing. But no matter how much I wish for it, my mind stubbornly refuses to do so. My hands are unsteady against the papers I pretend to arrange after. Yes, you're being silly, Mavis. Listen to thoughts, every single ounce of it grimmer than the other, across each passing second I linger. Something about this whole thing, along with the sudden unease, nagging worry, screams, off, wrong. This isn't a riveting tale I'd hope to step in today. Why is the person up front walking like that? They're walking like a freaking sim set to the jolly ass walking cycle. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone watching this knows like Sims or they look like a freaking sim walking. Goofy out walking pose. Even on the rush, getting everything in order before leaving takes nearly a good quarter hour. By the time I make it out of the classroom, the commotion has already died down, dwindling to mere echoes and distant laughters. Oh my god, yeah. Hi Banani, I guess you were still lurking, but yeah, I am glad you see it. They look like a man. They walk like a man, yeah. From the nearby room, melodies from rehearsing bands drift freely into the air, filling the almost empty hallway with a warm, lively tunes. Almost empty, and then there's like 6 people here, including herself. That's not nearly empty. I mean, I guess. For a school. You're playing Mutagenics while watching. Oh, I really want to get into Mutagenics. However, I don't have like a place for it in my current like schedule. I mean, I guess I could use like either Wednesday or Friday, or not Friday, Saturday, which are now my off days for it. But it's kind of good to have 3 days so I can, you know, schedule stuff around. So I'm probably gonna save it until I finish. Probably after Brain World. I think that's the best game to replace Brain World with. I mean, they're not the same type of game. One's a roguelike, the other is like a story survival game. But I feel like it's my most gameplay. They are both very gameplay heavy games for what I usually play. I play a lot of games that are barely gameplay. So I feel like that would be the most logical game to switch it out with, but then it will take a while because I'm only just starting the Watcher campaign. So I don't know when I will get to Mutagenics. I do want to play the Mutagenics, but I just don't have a time for it right now. Any other day I'll stop, bask in the music, and enjoy what little peace it brings. Not today, however. My steps are brisk, and sure as I march to Edward Hall's exit. The sooner I confirm Isabella's okay, the sooner I can shake off this niggling feeling. I know it's not a slur, but there's something about the word niggling that makes me uncomfortable. Like, what does that even mean? What does that word even mean? For one reason or another, that single call of all possible things has thrown everything off kilter. I'd rather this be over with as quickly as possible. Yeah, it's scary. So much that I nearly barrel over a student in my haste. Though perhaps it's really the other way around. Oh no. Oh no. Y'all remember this student, right? Y'all remember this cursed little bitch. I don't wanna call a small girl a bitch, but she's haunted. She's the small child that talked to Zachary, all haunted. Also, what school does she work as? Does she work in like a combined like elementary and middle high school? Because the students in the background are clearly teenagers, and she teaches history. Like, from how advanced the topics she talked about were, I assume she taught history to at least like middle schoolers or high schoolers, but this is a freaking elementary school child. Why is she here? Little weirdo. When I look down, a set of eyes, bright and hopeful, stare back at me. Arms are wrapped around my waist like a vice, and at my attention, a grin sprouts over her face.
Buenas tardes, Miss Pink.
Why is she speaking Spanish? I think that's Spanish at least. I think it means like good afternoon, but I could be wrong.
Hello, Kylie. You know, you aren't supposed to run into people like that.
Sorry, Miss Pink.
Actually, didn't she say what age she teaches earlier? Let me scroll back up a little bit. Marianne, no, it's further down than that. Yeah, she teaches rowdy adolescents. This is not a freaking adolescent, this is a child. She clearly teaches high schoolers. Why is she here? Why is a little ass child here? There's some private school here that teaches from kindergarten to the end of high school. I mean, I do know that's a thing, and I know that it's probably, she said adolescence, yeah. I know that's probably also a thing in the UK, but where I live, that's not a thing at least. Here, we have combined middle schools and high schools, but elementary schools are always separate. But I know that it's probably a thing in the UK, so you know. I will open my mind for foreign countries' ways of doing things and stop questioning everything that's just weird for me but not to them. She loosens her hold on me, but not a hint of guilt or regret appears on her. No, but okay, no. No, I call BS. Even when schools have combined like elementary and high schools, they will be on the same premise, but they're not in the same freaking building. I mean, I guess if she's like, I don't know, headed to the library or whatever, but still, that is still weird, right? I'm not crazy, right? She loosens her hold on me, but not a hint of guilt or regret appears on her. If anything, it seems like the remark only amused her. A smile appears on my face, but I can help it, matching the one on their own.
Just remember not to do it again, alright? You could get hurt.
You sound like my mama when she's scolding Rowan, Miss Pink.
That's where I heard the name Rowan before. That's where I never heard the name Rowan before. So the kids on the camera earlier. And that's also where I heard the name of the school for. Okay, I get it now. The school Rebecca teaches at is the school that the uniforms were for, which is why the name was familiar to me, because we have heard it before, but it's Rebecca's school where she teaches. And also, the name Rowan was familiar to me, and now I know why, because that's her brother, who she mentioned earlier. I see. It's opposite here. Usually elementary and middle school are merged and high school is separate, because you have countrywide exam to get into high school, like the uni exam. See, we have something very similar. We also have like a countrywide exam like the one to get into uni, but ours happens at the end of elementary school, and the score you get depends, like changes which middle and high school you go to. So it's very similar, except we do it at the end of elementary. My old private school shared the same building. Damn, I actually didn't know that was a thing.
I'm sure your mama only means well. I know she'll be worried sick if one of you were to get hurt. Where's your brother anyway? Aren't you two supposed to be heading home now?
Rowan said he's got some stuff he needs to do before we go. I think he's taking too long. But he promised to buy me jelly babies today, if I keep what he's doing a secret from Mama and Papa.
I don't know what the hell jelly babies are supposed to be, but I believe it immediately. This sounds exactly like the type of thing a social media obsessed young child would be into. Looking, I don't know what to compare it to. It just sounds like the kind of thing an elementary schooler would be into.
Any chance you'll tell Miss Pink about it?
She shakes her head, both her hands going to her mouth as if to keep a precious secret from spelling out. Don't die, Rowan. Oh, Rowan is so dead. They said they were gonna give the letter to him. He's so dead.
I made a promise. He said it for Tia Luke.
Why does the audio suddenly sound like he's like talking from all the way over here? I don't know if you can even hear me when I'm that far away. But why did their audio quality suddenly go down? Labubu. I mean, Labubu is more of like, it's not really a children's interest, but yes, that kind of thing. Jelly babies are gummies? Really? That's a real thing. I've never heard of jelly babies. I thought it was like a made-up fictional trend. Also, she is Hispanic because, you know, she's saying Tia.
Oh, something like a gift?
Like a deal.
Why is her audio so bad? What is going on? Labubu. Are you saying it like that?
Tia promised to take him somewhere cool when he's old enough. Rowan's gonna prove he's a grown-up.
Oh no. That's probably the mention. Laughter slips through my lips. The teacher in me wants to give whoever this Tio is a reprimand for bringing about this kind of behavior in children. But if both Suarez kids are so fond of him, there shouldn't be anything to worry about, yes? At any rate, they're nothing but well-behaved, both Callie and her brother. She's speaking like a 3-year-old. I mean, she is speaking like a 3-year-old the entire time, but like, she's only like her voice was muffled. Like, that's odd. Roland, the eldest may have an occasional odd streak in and out of class, but their parents taught them well. I see no reason to cast any suspicion of bad behavior on them.
As long as it isn't anything dangerous, all right?
It's not! Cross my heart! My drawings are a lot prettier than what he's doing anyway. Tio said so. Do you want to see? I drew one earlier at class.
It's gonna be something horrific. The muffle is not helping, yeah, but like the weird part is it was only like for a couple lines.
Is that why you're here?
Not really. I was gonna show it to my friend first. But since it's you, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you see it before she does.
Oh, oh no. I can't stay right now, Kylie.
Her face falls immediately after the words are out. A small part of me feels responsible for that crestfallen look. This game needs to stop using difficult words. I do know what crestfallen means, but it's still... Who the fuck says crestfallen? I know I already talked about how this game has novel-like writing. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm beating dead horses. But as much as I want to stay a little longer, there's another place I need to be at right now. And frankly, another child to look after. Damn. Don't call your friend a child, that's not nice. Taking both of her hands, I kneel in front of her and muster the most rueful smile I can give. At her age, I'm quite sure she already understands what I'm about to say before they're even out. I wonder if they forgot to get some voice lines that's tried to hit it by muffling the sound and trying to sound the same. I honestly wonder, that might explain, but I don't know. But remarkably, she doesn't look away or pout as I'm expecting her to.
I'm sorry. You know what? Rowan has a class with me on Monday around this time. Why don't you drop by again next week? After class? I'll even make sure to wait for you. It's just that I absolutely must leave now. My friend had an accident earlier, and I'm the only one she has here.
What about her mama and papa?
Her family lives really far from here, I'm afraid.
She is doing a good job explaining the situation to a child though, like, they wrote her as a believable teacher. I can see it.
Do you remember where Asia is? The southeast part? That's where they are.
Her eyes immediately light up at my question. Just like that, I know I've earned the girl's forgiveness.
Oh, just like Takako.
Who the fuck is Takako?
Who?
I love that we're both like, who?
My friend. She said she used to live there, only just a little higher than southeast. But she hasn't come home in a long time, so she doesn't remember much about it anymore.
Based on the name, I'm gonna assume they are Japanese.
Melody says it's weird I talked to her, but I think she's just shot.
You say? What do you mean? That's the freaking ghost? Who is the freaking ghost? I do remember that. The name Takako, yeah, you're actually right. Now I do remember them mentioning the name. And at least I think that's similar to the name they mentioned when they were telling like the story of the old owners. That actually makes sense. Talking with a ghost, yeah, that explains a lot, actually. Oh boy. Also, it would make sense for the ghost to be Japanese, considering she is based on a Japanese type ghost story, which you'll explain to me. Is confirmed. Weird-ass child must be- yeah, I already read that.
They could be good friends too! Don't you think so, Miss Pink?
Maybe if you introduce them properly, they will be.
That child is gonna die.
That's what I think.
That's what I think.
Takako's just lonely. If she makes more friends, she won't be anymore. Is your friend like that too?
A little, possibly.
I
To
don't
be
know
honest,
about that.
sometimes I can't tell with her.
After all, Isabella has always been the kind to hold a smile even when things have taken a turn for the worse. 5 years, and I won't think it's enough to know a person. But when you consider it, come to think of it, all these years I've never, not even once, seen her cry. Not over a trivial matter, even when things are tough.
Okay, you can go to her. I'll just show you my drawing next time.
Thank you. Remind me to buy you a huge glass of parfait, all right?
No, I'll get a stomachache. Takako says so. A small one is okay.
I'll remember that. Say hi to your friend for me.
I will. I'm sure she'd love to meet you too. See you, Miss Pink.
Oh, I'm sure they will meet soon enough.
I'll see you later, Kylie.
London Bridge is falling down.
No,
falling
don't sing it again.
down,
No,
falling
don't
down.
sing it again.
London
No,
Bridge is
just shut up.
falling down,
I don't
my
wanna.
fair lady.
She doesn't look back or wait for any sort of goodbye from me. With a song and an extra spring in her step, she's bound across the corridor as much spirit only a child her age can have. Shut up. This is a conversation has never taken any downhill to her at all. Stop it. Oh my goodness. I already made this reference when she sang this for the first time. But this reminds me of how freaking there's this anime and game. It's an otome, but at like the freaking start of the game, you have to go to like 20 lines of dialogue. Also, piece of shit sings freaking London Bridge in a bag in a bad Japanese accent, and it's so annoying. As if there isn't a single thing to worry about in the world. Not long after, she disappears behind the door, leaving behind strands of an old familiar rhyme lingering in the air. Carefree, unbidden. On thrilled moments like this, I envy her. And as I resume my hurried pace, a tiny whisper at the back of my mind wishes the same can be said of myself, my own worries. Luxor may be a small city, but it's no stranger to hellish rush hour traffic. But surprisingly, getting out of the city today proves more of a breeze than a hassle. A relief considering how none of my calls to Isabella have made it through. If the reception's really bad over there, or she's ignoring them on purpose. Let this lullaby or whatever go. No, London Bridge. Yeah, I do agree. They need to stop choosing this one in particular. Not that I know any other English nursery rhymes. I only know them in Dutch. But does nothing to ease that disquiet in me. There's no my drive passes without much incident as soon as I'm out of the busy streets. Less than 30 minutes, the mansion looms ahead of me. For all the fuss Isabella made about the house, it remains a thing of beauty. Unlike Luxburn, the estate in nearby Anston village stands its complete opposite. Living and breathing the songs of the old, whispers of a once blooming, heaven lingering in the air. Haven. Contemporary conveniences aside, it's a place I'm glad modernization hasn't wholly touched.
It's just a shame the locals know more of the silly hearsay than the history itself. If I could only knock some sense into these people!
You should probably knock some sense into what was her name? Takako? You should probably knock some sense into Takako first. Sadly, complaining is all I can afford to do. As much as I want to give them a piece of my mind, it isn't why I'm here. I don't think these rich types will appreciate getting a lecture from me either. I have as much business with them as they have with me. With a heavy sigh, I give myself 1 second to take in the scenery before heading up the main entrance. Most of the guests are already heading out. Though some still linger, it's mainly just to take photos of the house's facade or its various rooms. Oh, I forgot that Ash is here as well. Actually, is he? I think he is, right? I think Ash is here, right? I pause for a moment, scanning the small crowd gathered at the foyer, looking for any sound of that familiar ponytail among the sea. Isn't Ash... I'm confused. Wasn't Ash the one that took her home? Or was it Rebecca? Or am I confusing 2 different days? I don't know, Isabella's chapter was a while ago. Look for any sign of the familiar ponytail among the sea of hats and heads.
No sign of her.
No sign of the other staff or Miss Cooper either. I can certainly look for Isabella on my own, but in a place this big, I'd be lucky if I didn't end up lost or find her before we need to meet with Zachary and Ash tonight. I think, yeah, I guess she's probably just gonna meet the ghost instead. Sighing, I reach for my mobile and redial her number, the gesture familiar now after so many attempts earlier. If she doesn't answer, I can still try contacting Miss Cooper. I hope the network reception will cooperate this time. This side of the country has never been popular with the tech-savvy after all. To my relief, it only took 3 unsuccessful tries. At the first one ringing, right as it's about to switch to another intercept message, the line finally rings and we're gonna hear the ghosty ghost. Silence follows while I wait for it to pick up, the ringing going far too long for my tastes. By now most of the visitors have already cleared out. All I have company are the faint murmurs and an eerie calmness left in their wake. Someone hushed saddles and gives way to noises louder than they're ever meant to be. Doors creaking and slamming shut in a distant part of the mansion. Floorboards groaning under the sheer weight of the house's history. In an empty hall, they all reverberate with special clarity against the walls. Like this, those old stories seem to almost have a ring of truth to it. I didn't get straightforward to this ugly line of thought, however. Now a second later, a click sounds from the other end.
Hello? Isabella? Miss Cooper called earlier and...
This game is getting too predictable. I called it earlier with the head turn, I called it calling. It's so full of horror tropes.
Isabella? Belle? Are you alright?
Classic. Without any warning, the call gets cut off. Busy notes blare sharply against the heavy silence. But above the noise cutting through the mute air remains the faint cries of a woman from beyond the foyer. My hand falls to my side as I cast a wary look around, waiting for someone to come running. Surely I can't be the only one here hearing this. There must still be some staff hanging around checking things out. But no one does. Not even one herself seemed more frantic and anguished.
Excuse me? Hello? Who's there? Isabella?
Knock knock. Who is there? Isabella who? Isabella being maimed by the ghost. I don't know, I didn't have a funny knock knock joke. I'm not good at knock knock jokes, I'm so sorry. I need to work on my knock knock jokes.
Isabella? Is that you?
No answer. Growing anxious, I am over to where the cries come from, each step slow and cautious towards the door on the other end of the room. I'm far from someone who readily gives into fear or stories lacking factual basis. The vague, restless feeling I had from earlier immediately returns to me. This is a grammar mistake, this has to be had. Oh, this game needs to work on its typos. And despite myself, my heart begins to race and my breathing quickens.
Belle? Belle, it's me. Miss Cooper called. Is everything okay?
Abruptly, all of it stops. My whole body tenses, mouth dragging in a ragged breath, ears straining for any other sound yet to come from the other side. But nothing follows. Instead, the quiet only lends itself to the heavy tension in the air, as if every small movement will disturb the fragile stillness hanging in the room. I wait for another second. Then with a caution, I reach for the knob. Jump scare? No. My fingers barely graze the brass handle when a hand falls on my shoulder.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Ma'am?
There we go.
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
No, it's a...
Still reeling, my gaze drifts back to the door as if any second now the cries will start again, or whoever's inside will burst out of the room. But I don't get to dwell on these. The woman's worried voice breaks through the haze in my mind again, oddly soothing in the tick of my unease. Even the concerned look comes from a total stranger, finally being in the company of someone else is somehow comforting.
Ma'am? Are you okay?
Mum?
Oh, no, I'm fine. This is probably just some cold.
Do you need to sit down?
No need. I'm actually looking for a friend.
I wave the mobile in front of her, like the gesture alone explains everything. Mum? Yeah, that was a very accented pronunciation of ma'am. Vaguely, I don't mind tight grip on it. I quickly slip it into my pocket before she notices. She just needs to know.
Well, I'm not really sure if your friend would still be here. We're actually about to close the open house in a few minutes, ma'am.
No worries. She's not a guest here. She works for Briar Realty. Miss Cooper called me earlier. In fact, I'm also looking for her.
Recognition flashed in her eyes and a worried expression dissolves into a smile at once. It's all I need to know that I don't have to look elsewhere or venture deeper into the mansion on my own. In some way, I'm not too keen on the latter right now.
Oh, Miss Rebecca Gales, is it?
Yes. Sorry if I'm a bit late.
It's not a problem. I was busy with the open house and a few clients anyway. It's actually a good thing you came when you did. Let's see. Isabella should be here somewhere. I told her to stay put earlier. That girl never listened.
No, it wasn't them having to improvise a voice line because this line also sounds muffled. Either they're doing it on purpose to make it like sound as if they're facing away from wherever they're like facing away from the person, or it's just bad quality because this voice line also sounds muffled.
Rose? Rosie? May I have a minute? There's just this one little thing before we go.
Oh, hi, Hannah. Miss Cooper's head immediately snaps up at the voice. In a blink, a different kind of smile spreads on her face, her customer service. A smile still friendly, even, but the kind given mainly for the sake of pleasing other people rather than making friends.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in a few.
It's an impressive thing, to say the least. Oh my goodness, my voice is going hoarse. Oh no. This is what I get for not streaming for like 4 days. My voice only can't handle it. I'll pour myself some tea and hope that fixes it. I probably won't stream for very long today then. Oh no, I have to do ASMR as well when my voice is untrained. The level of professionalism. I suppose working years in this kind of business trains you enough to be able to pull that off without batting an eye. Now there's a hard comeback through. I already said this at the start of the stream, but this is a terrible choice for a comeback game. Certainly didn't seem to have rubbers on Isabella though.
Sorry, could you give me a second? I have to take care of this.
Don't worry about it. I understand. I can wait a few more minutes. Clients, right?
You won't hear anything from me. Priorities, you know? But if you want, you can stay at the parlor in the meantime. I think we have a few refreshments left.
No, thank you. I'm going out with a few friends after this. Isabella's supposed to join us too. But that depends on how she's doing, of course.
Alright, this won't be long, I promise.
She throws me an apologetic look before sauntering over the small group gathered at the entrance. A couple or siblings. That's very valid. They do look like they would fit in a dating or siblings compilation. Let me just phrase it that way. And another woman, probably their secretary. I'm trying to draw a little funny comic of twinks at me for wedding, but it sucks. I don't know if I can finish it. You can do it, Mavis. You're a great artist. I trust in your ability to make art, even if it's just a silly comic, because your art is awesome. Either way, they look no different from the other guests. All three of them primly dressed, albeit in a manner significantly simpler than the others. No frills, with no extravagance of any form. It's what do they call it, like quiet wealth or whatever. Like, what did I come back to? What the hell? What do you mean? What's weird right now? It's not that bad. I mean, I guess they look like cousins, they do. What was I talking about? Oh right, the whole through veiled whispers or whatever. But their gestures and movements alone speak volumes of their ingrained lifestyle. In their presence, I do what I can to appear inconspicuous on my side of the foyer. I think I'm pronouncing the word foyer wrong actually, but I'm just gonna stick with it. Maybe accepting Miss Cooper's offer would have been a much better choice than standing around awkwardly and gaping at them. All while also attempting my best not to listen in on their conversation. Although that one proves a bit more difficult how enthusiastic the blonde woman is. Her voice usually echoes throughout the walls, with only 5 months here. Actually, since you're talking about Twingsa, I will say, one of the items I put already myself on the wheel for tomorrow. I'm so addicted to mutagenics. You're the second person to bring up mutagenics in this stream. I am gonna repeat what I said before, which is that I will probably play mutagenics on stream at some point. I just have to wait until I have a slot for it. Because, like, yeah, I don't want to fill in my Wednesdays and Saturdays because I need some flexibility in my schedule for collabs and stuff. But I do want to play mutagenics. But the best game to replace it with is Rainworld because it's also my most gameplay heavy game. But like, it's gonna take a while before I finish Watcher, so I probably won't be able to play it anytime soon. It will probably take like... Yeah, I don't know how Watcher is, but based on what I've heard, it's just quite long, so it's gonna take a while before I get to it. I mean, maybe I will replace something else with it, but I don't want to lean too heavily into one specific side of the content I make because I like having that wide range. Even got Sacred Heart, yes, I saw this image you sent to my Discord. I actually screamed when I got Sacred Heart valid. Right, I was talking about Tlingsa. One of the items I put on the wheel for tomorrow is I draw Twinksa and Prick. That's one of the punishments I put on the wheel. It's not gonna be like a good drawing. I mean it's just a punishment, so I'm gonna do it for 5 minutes max. But I'm gonna draw, if I laugh the bad is I'm gonna draw Twinksa and Prick. And because I'm gonna keep it on the wheel, I'm not gonna remove it after I've done it. So if I just spin the wheel again and I land on it again, I'm gonna have to improve the drawing. Oh god. Listen, it makes for a good punishment, okay? Because it's very stupid. Pretty soon, I find myself being drowned into their talk without meaning to.
Tomorrow? First thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, ma'am.
Well, that's not Maven's kid. I mean, I know that that Maven is like trans or whatever. I haven't decided if Twinksa is like whatever. I don't know. It's just Twinksa. I mean, maybe no. I was gonna make an Omega first joke, but I'm not even gonna speak that into existence. It can't. Listen, they maybe they're both trans. Maybe they did. I don't know. What's it called? Like the donation through a donor. That's possible. Rose and Frank, you're talking about me being trans. I mean, listen. It's a valid explanation for why it can't be Maven scared. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that Maven being trans is a good explanation for why he's not Maven scared. Anyways, moving on. The mundane talk is what catches my attention, however.
Very well. We'll have our lawyers prepare everything as soon as possible. Let's make this whole thing easier for everyone, shall we? Just let me know if there's anything you need from me. You know how to contact me, yes?
Got your mobile number saved here already.
Good. It's just a matter of time then.
It's a brief moment. A fleeting shift of my eye.
Monday for us, Marianne.
As long as you're positive, we won't be having any problems by that time. You can count on my team.
You worry too much. Let me handle those things.
Wait, what is going on with the... Oh, it's a profile. Wait, we should probably read the profile. Wait, she's 29? I mean, Isabella's also 26, so I guess that makes sense. They're not that far apart. She's actually taller than I thought she was. I thought she was also short, but no, she's not that short. History teacher is Scottish. Atheist. What is Kirk? I don't know if anyone in chat knows, what is Kirk as a religion? Education, history, stovies, reading in the library, going to the gym can't relate, cycling and jogging can't relate, lacrosse can't relate, lesson plans. Although of Scottish descent, she grew up in Luxembourg and even went to school in St. Coretti. Her parents were professors of European history and Southeast Asian history at Luxembourg University. They were often busy and forced Rebecca to be independent early on. Surrounded by books and instilled with a love for learning, she was a star pupil and often called the teacher's pet for it. Her passion for academics leading to a career in the industry was to be expected of her. She came out of her shell in her high school years and started to become the Spitfire she is now. Before then, Ashton was her only friend, though she found him aggravating at first. Oh, she and Ashton have known each other for the longest. Independent and used to taking care of others, it's no surprise she helped out the young foreigner who moves in next door. Oh, that's why they know each other. I see. I can't hear Marianne's voice the same. She annoys me immensely. Honestly fair. She is taller than me. You're so short, babes. I'm so sorry. Welcome back, Craigie. You missed Mpreg. Why did I just get deja vu? Why do I feel like I've said that before? When did I don't remember when it happened, but I know that I've said this before, like, oh, you miss Mpreg. Finish my movie. Unfortunately, I searched everything about Kirk religion, only Charlie Kirk comes out. Oh no. It was something. What movie was it? What happened? Why was it something? Oh, you did? I know that I did it sometime, but I forgot in what stream. I miss Mpreg, yes. Twinks and Preg might be happening tomorrow. That's what you missed.
Do be thrilled, though. I imagine it's not every day you get projects
right,
like this.
Right. I accidentally said Luke was pregnant. I forgot that it was also the letter stream. When I said the letter and making me say Mpreg, but yes, I did say that Luke was pregnant accidentally. That was a different context than this, but you know. But then he had someone else pregnant. Yeah, I remember now. You're right. It's called Tyler Perry's, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Medea Homecoming? It's a fever dream? It sounds interesting. What's it about? I mean, the name gives me an idea of what type of movie it is, but I still want to know what it's about. And yes, as I turn my gaze on him, I see it.
Oh, I'm certain Mint's ecstatic, Buttercup. Aren't you, Marianne?
Not the dark cloud appearing over him. Also, not him being called Blonde Bloke, but yet look at the freaking dark cloud around him. She knows something. She knows something, doesn't she? It's just a dude dressed as an old lady. Huh. Interesting.
You know, we could all celebrate this with a few drinks. Why don't we? In fact, there's this really excellent Irish pub I visited a few days ago.
Oh no. Horror song with Luke talking, it's so bad. It really is. He sucks. Oh, accidentally turned off my mic. Looming. Hovering over his shoulder. Oh. Hovering over his shoulders, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. A dark blur. No, a shadow.
I think I'll pass on that, sir. I have more important matters to attend to.
Why is her voice all robotic all of a sudden? What is going on with the sudden voice lines being all weird? Why does he have evil aura? Actually, this isn't the first time he has had evil aura. He also had evil aura when Zachary went to knock on the door at 6 in the morning. And he opened the door. He also had evil aura at that point, so this is the first time we've seen it. But this is the first time someone has addressed it. So that's kind of weird. Maybe he is like the thing that's aggravating the ghost. Like, I don't know. It seems like at first I thought it was just a stylistic decision to show he's evil, but now I'm thinking he might be haunted in some way, even more than the other people. Or well, not more than the other people, but more specifically targeted than the other people, I guess would be the right way to say it. Is Becca psychic or something? Maybe. Or maybe she just knows something. Because, like, she has known Ash for a long time, and Ash also seems to know something about Luke, so, you know. Why is she muffled? This is the first voice that has been muffled. I've been asking all the time why voices are muffled, so yeah, I don't know. There's something weird going on with the audio. I don't know if it's intentional or not.
Heather, love, she's busy.
Okay, no, this one is definitely intentional. I would rage in my death if I saw his dumbass walk into where I'm stuck in afterlife too. 100% valid. I would haunt his ass so badly, and not even in a funny way.
You never let me do anything fun.
But as I tried to make sense of it, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. The sensation creeps up to every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining me little by little of any strength. Before I know it, my hands are scraping the nearby door for support. The sound of nausea drowns out their voices and what little sound there is. All except for the whispers and laughters. Judging. Mocking. Taunting. Muffled, inaudible words bearing down on me like a death sentence. Did we eat something, Lace? No, we didn't eat anything, so it can't be that. I think she does know something about Luke from her past. Because remember, her and Hannah know each other. Hannah was her tutor. So it's very possible that she met Luke in the past. Actually, I just remembered that. I think it might be because of that, yeah. They wrap around my neck and my limbs binds tight with every syllable, every utterance. With each draw of breath I take, they drag me down slowly, almost painfully into a bottomless abyss. On, and on, and on, till the sounds turn into mere distant echoes, until suddenly it shatters.
Well, what are we waiting for? Are we done here?
Its voice rips through the fog like a sharp blade and my eyes snap open. When I look to them again, it's gone.
You can head back to the car first if you want, Luke. I hope that settles everything, Rose. I don't know what Isabel's problem is, but please make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Likewise, ma'am.
No shadows or dark clouds. Only amicable smiles and cordial handshakes, the usual pleasantries, as Miss Cooper leads him out of the mansion like a graceful host. None of the group seems to have noticed it. And even if, as I force my breathing to calm down, keep my eyes strained in their backs and wait for something to happen, it doesn't come back. It seems like it is something ghost-related. But I also don't think it's just because Rebecca's psychic. I don't know. We'll just have to see. She returns a moment later. Gently, she closes the great doors behind her, but there's a smile on her lips and an extra skip in her step when she walks back to me. Whatever she was discussing with the group had put her in a good mood. And she appears to have not observed anything odd. Was I just seeing things?
Glad that was over. It's been a long day. I thought for sure we were going to... hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You look a bit green.
Okay, I think the muffling is intentional because they're doing it so often now. I think she's just like trapping out.
It's all good. I'm actually still recovering from a cold. Weather's been crazy lately.
That must be it. The weather, the stupid cold, and the friendly warnings I'm too stubborn to listen to. As much as I hate to admit it, Isabella's right. I was and still am a little feverish when she visited me at school this morning. The medicine helped, of course, but only some. Although it's not like I can function, I did get better after lunch, and I was able to go through my schedule like the usual. Me and her both are recovering from being sick. How fitting. No, I'm not so sure. If I can't keep acting like I've seen some sort of apparition when it's anything but. I simply must have listened to too many of Isabella's last week. I simply must have listened too many times to Isabella last week. My favorite muddled minds has started to confuse things. If this doesn't add up, I just need to visit another... If this doesn't add up, I just need to visit my doctor, plain and simple. Though I do hope it won't get worse. We did promise to watch Zachary's film together.
I know what you mean. I've been complaining to Isabel. It doesn't seem to affect her much, though. Must be because she grew up in the tropics. Anyway, shall we? She's probably hanging out with the rest of the catering staff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised she's there. She eats like 10 hungry men when she isn't feeling well. Lead the way.
With a small nod, she gestured for me to follow. I did so without much thought, finally putting everything in my back of Guys, can some of you like slap me through the screen so I can lock in again? I do so without much thought, finally putting everything in the back of my mind. The entire visit took a whole 24 minutes, and my trip to the mansion, as it turns out, is a useless endeavor in itself. Isabel is no longer there, left shortly before I arrived. She did go home with Ashton. I'm glad I remembered correctly. Good question. Or at least that's what a few staff who saw her assumed. None of them knew where she went, but I can take a few guesses. There's only a number of places in Luxembourg she frequents, and well, she's never been the complex kind. It doesn't really take a genius to figure it out. Still, it's all she left on her own. Sorry, I'm trying to lock in. Yeah, I've heard you can lock in. Swingset hard to draw for me for some reason. I mean, Swingset doesn't even have like a set design. The only design is the one that Ray created, so you know. I can understand why it would be difficult compared to Maven, who has like a whole Maven's design to be based off. Like, Swingset's very abstract, I guess, as a concept. She could have at least waited for Miss Cooper. It would have saved her having to pay the cab's fare twice a day.
And right after she was told to stay put! Oh, sod off! You don't own the road!
Sorry, I accidentally skipped the line.
And right after she was told to stay put! I mean, who does that?
Also, not the road rage. In the end, though, Miss Cooper could give me worse strings of apologies for my trouble, and a request to let her know when I find Isabella. Why is straight up elevator music playing in the background? It's very quiet, but it's there. The whole fair didn't even last long. I probably spent more time traveling back and forth. Soon enough, I'm waving my way back down Luxburn. Back to downtown Luxburn, where it's sick, and on top of that, maybe a little annoyed. Whether at the unexpected turn of events or Isabella herself, I'd rather not think about it for now. Not when I'm already running late for Zachary's film. Besides, I'm perfectly sure that's where I find her. As one would expect, people are already gathered at the movie house when I get to it. The small avenue where it's located has been closed off from any Or no, I'm ordering Ray's design until we get a new one. I shall. Yeah, I'm keeping Ray's design as the canon one until I, like, finalize my human design because, you know, I need to have that design finished first before I can gender bend it. Since no one else is gonna stop me, I'm just gonna stop myself. I don't know if you could hear that, but hopefully that will make me lock in. The small avenue where it's located has been closed off from any... because... clearly it didn't work. Closed off early from any passing traffic to make way for the avid moviegoers who are sure to crowd the venue. I have to park almost a street away and walk the remaining distance because of it. Looking for them has taken a while when the crowd is big, but I eventually spot them near the entrance. Thanks to Zachary, mostly. And like I've surmised, Isabella's with them.
I knew it.
Wasting no time, I marched over to their little group. Words filled with concern come out of my mouth before I can stop myself.
Isabella! Oh, thank goodness! Becca, you're just in time!
An odd expression crossed her face as I hold it with both hands, but I ignored it in favor of getting a good look at her, forcing her to keep still and fix her gaze at me.
Becca, you're squishing my face!
Jay, I tried there. It looks like a what? Mavis, why? Why would you say that? You will see it with your own eyes. I mean, I'm horrified is what I'm about to see, but alright.
How are you? Are you alright?
Why wouldn't I be?
There doesn't seem to be any visible injury, nor does she appear to be in any pain. Apart from her confused frown at my questions, she looks pretty much like how she would any other day. Even so, you can't really tell those things with her at first glance. Last time she got sick, she didn't ever bother to call anyone, even me who lives right next door. If I hadn't checked on her then, she probably would have died on her bed with the rest of us none the wiser. It's one thing we laugh about now, but the moments like those also teaches you something about a person. If anything, it gives me more reason to constantly worry about her. And the moment a familiar name comes up, I know my concerns right now aren't completely baseless.
Rose called me earlier.
Her expression swiftly changes, and gently as she can, Isabella pushes my hands away. Yet even before she says anything, I already have a hunch how this whole thing will play out.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Then and there, the whole conversation goes down as I've imagined. She dodges my head when I reach for the back of her head, intending to check the said injury myself, and making a show of hiding behind Zachary just to avoid me. Instantly, what's supposed to be a simple inquiry dissolves into a shameless game of tag. Shouting and chasing like none of us can be bothered to act like full-grown adults we're all supposed to be. Including Ashton. I would put it past Isabella, but Ash, out of everyone. In fact, if that stupid smirk on his face tells me anything, he finds this whole mess amusing. Oh, for the love of...
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Just gonna leave out the word earlier. Alright, voice actor.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this, just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
There's a moment's pause. My head stills midair as my attention shifts to Ashton and the word he leaves hanging between the four of us. He doesn't meet my eye. I don't think he's even aware of what he said. The meaning in each syllable alone is clear. And they echo. They sting. They burn.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Of course. Of course. Why else would Isabella leave on her own after being told to stay put? As we had a little chat about money this morning. Something close to silence falls while I mull over their words, but what's already been said and what's left unspoken. I do find my voice, it only reeks nothing but bitter and unpleasant thoughts. Thoughts I quickly stamp out before they surface. Thoughts I hide my best I can in the deepest part of my mind, locking it away for no one to see. Is she... I don't know if she's jealous because she likes Ash, or if she's bitter because Isabella chose to go with Ash, not her. Like ignoring her calls and everything. Becca crashing out right now, I mean... It's kinda understandable though. Gotta go, have a good stream, might be back later though, bye Banani.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Yeah, try as I might, the Green Eyed Monster easily versus Ugly Head. Yeah, she is jealous. Like it always does every time it's gay singers a second like, okay, yeah, it is about her being jealous because she likes Ashton. Oh no. She's a playful crush. Because that's mean. Phrasing it like that is mean. Like it always does every time his gaze lingers a second longer. Every time he smiles in a manner far too gentle, far too sincere, and every he thinks no one can see. Every time my mind suggests his words say more than they should. Every small little thing, despite what he says, despite his tone.
Look, you guys.
For all I know, it may just be the same kind of fun as birth from friendship. Maybe I was simply overthinking like how he often tells me, or maybe there's something really is there. But in a short display of impatience, I know the whole of it is just for show, and we're all growing up together with him didn't teach me nothing about him. For whose sake is it this time though? For him? For Zachary? For her? Or for me? That I can tell.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself.
That's not gonna help her jealousy, saying it like that.
Is that good enough for you?
My mouth opens, that snaps shut almost as quickly, forming a thin, hard line instead. I can't respond, not because there's nothing to say. On the contrary, there's plenty, so many things I can use to reason and get him to agree. But because he speaks with much certainty, with much reassurance, it feels like there isn't even a choice. All he can give is a long deep breath and a reluctant nod in the face of it. Before I can get a grip of myself and my own weakness, the mood immediately shifts and I'm being tackled into a hug.
Thanks, Becca! It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Oh, she is so bitter. I didn't notice this from Isabella's perspective, but she is so bitter. Like, this is not a little jealousy. You can tell she is quite annoyed by it.
Did you say something? Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
A lie, obviously. What else could it be? Each and every smile, a tiny effort to keep things as they are, or so I tell myself. Little do I know, this is merely a preamble. Starts out quietly and without fanfare, amidst friendly jibes and harmless teasing, a scrap of paper fluttering harmlessly to the ground. Oh, the letter. Yeah, the letter. When it looks suspiciously like a cheap Halloween prank, no matter how you look at it. And yet, despite how ludicrous it all is, Isabella stubbornly insists, as if her whole life depends on acknowledging the truth of her story. Oh, I did. You did. I guess I didn't catch it. People's friend groups really be looking like this. I mean, I guess, yeah. Imagine liking the same guy since elementary. You were 29. Brutal. That one's just brutal, Mavis. You're not wrong though, but it's still brutal. Does she even realize how absurd she sounds right now? Crevens, even my students wouldn't fall for this.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
I said earlier that being in Rebecca's perspective made her sound less rude, but I'm really starting to dislike Rebecca. Like, she is now going beyond overbearing to straight up bitter and mean, which I don't like. She doesn't give me time to regret nor think over my choice of words. From there it escalates, grows into an argument too petty even for our standards as adults. Before we know it, one after another, harsh, scathing words are being spoken.
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up. There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
But someone has to be patient in all this, and however much my own has already been frayed earlier, there's no one else. Who else here can deal with someone selfishly acting like a... Rebecca, shut your bitch ass up. She is, for how much he likes to be like, oh, I'm taking care of her, someone has to look out for her. She, in her inner dialogue, is being such a bitch right now. I'm really getting upset over this. Like, you can't be as overbearing over someone as you are, and then also act like a bitch in your inner dialogue. Like, that's just making you sound like an asshole. Like, pick a side. Either you genuinely care about her and are overprotective, or you can be this jealous and bitter, but don't do both. Oh, this is just, I don't like Rebecca, I'm sorry. Like every other time, it has to be me.
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Just like that, she cuts us off. I am, as much as I don't care for Ash and Isabella together, I think Ash deserves better than Rebecca, not even gonna lie. Like, I could understand why he's not reciprocating with the way she's acting right now. Slams the door right on our faces while my own temper flares before I can stop it. Although it falters briefly at the hard expression on her, when she snatches the blasted paper from Ashton and I hold onto it. Regardless of how upset she appears, soured expression and balled fist throwing a tantrum is simply unacceptable. For a grown moment at that. Words form at the tip of my tongue ready, but before I can open my mouth and let it all out, our feelings and mistakes be damned. Zachary raises a voice of his own.
Guys!
A warning underneath the warm and hopeful beat us. Thank you, Zachary, for being the fucking good friend to this whole ass game. I swear, everyone in this game sucks ass. Well, I mean, Isabella isn't that bad. Like, she's a little bit immature, but Isabella isn't, like, malicious. For as quirky and edgy Ash is, I don't think he's that bad either. Everyone else is just shit. Everyone else sucks. We all stop and look to him, and even my own anger subsides a little at his tone.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Thank you, King. I like Becca. She is probably the character that is pissing me off the most so far. Like, at least out of the ones I've played as, because I haven't played as Duke, so he hasn't had the chance to piss me off yet. I don't like her bitter side. I think what's pissing me off the most is not just her being bitter, but the fact that her being so bitter on the inside. I already disliked her from how overprotective she is, but now it seems like her overprotectiveness isn't even because she genuinely cares, because she is so mean to Isabella in her inner dialogue that makes me think, like, why even act overprotective then? It seems like you're just doing it because you feel like you're forced to, which is not a likable thing. I don't know, it just really pisses me off. Like, be fucking honest with her. Don't do it if you don't want to do it. Like, just, I don't know, she pisses me off. Be honest with your feelings, people. Don't get so bitter up to this degree. It's never gonna end well. To an outsider, it may sound like a desperate request, but Zachary has always been the one to keep a level head over petty squabbles. Who the fuck is forcing her to be like this? That's the thing. No one is forcing her to be like this. She's just doing it for the sake of doing it, even though no one is forcing her, and it's only making her more bitter. Like, girl, you're causing this bitterness yourself. Like, this time's no different. He knows what to say, and when he lets it fall, they only ring sharp and true.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
And as careful as he is with his own tone, it does make me feel ashamed. We're supposed to be here for him, to give him what little support we can, yet here he is, trying to keep 3 stubborn people from outright hashing it out in public. Wait, bad gonna go dropkick my whole ass, Yodi. Damn. Later, we can and will talk about it, of course. There's a proper time and place for it, and at the moment, my anger and whatever reprimands it carries are no longer matter. Beside me, Ashton appears to have already caught on. The lines of his shoulders eased to something much more relaxed, his expression back to his usual nonchalance. Isabella, however, she stands perfectly still, her hands grasping the straps of her bag like a lifeline, eyes trained at some point near her shoes. There's no anger in her face, only an undeniable hurt. But she's never been good at hiding what she thinks. A stubborn book always the one to wear her heart out in the open. When she looks up, her answer is also as simple.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
Her lips are curled up in a smile, though lacking both its usual brightness and glee, it's a smile nonetheless. As in countless times, it's the very same one she would show when she knows she has no other choice, or simply when things get tough for her. But despite everything I already know about her, it still catches me off guard. In all honesty, I expected her to run, to balk at the first sign of losing this time. I wouldn't even be surprised. At 26, she is the youngest among the rest of us, less experienced, less accustomed to dealing with trivial quarrels like this. Yet here she is, holding herself and coping with it like how she would with matters concerning her family. Outside of that, to me, she has always been this childish, naive girl, and watching the opposite play out right now. Somehow I find it difficult to wrap my head around it.
Alright, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
Butch's ass. But I envy her.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
I envy her spirit, her warmth, her cheer, the shine in her eyes when she looks at the world. Everything seems to simply fall back to a pleasant, lively rhythm with her around. How easily and tightly she fits into our lives, and without bonds only long years could forge, like a lost piece of a puzzle despite her jagged edges. She draws people to her with ease. How Ashton of all people can be drawn to her. Girl, you need to get this jealousy under control. Don't cry, go to sleep. Why? But like, never mind. I know that they're framing her jealousy and putting it at the forefront because it's an important part of her character and we're at the start of her chapter, so they have to, like, show it to us. But like, there are so many other things, more important things going on in this scene. Like, they're supposed to be here for Zachary and his movie, and Isabella just got hurt. And instead of focusing on any of that, she's just being bitter and jealous. I need to stop getting aggravated over a stupid video game.
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
I make no effort keeping the bitterness from my tone. I let it seep, linger stiffly in the air as I avert my gaze from them. Their playful banter, their friendly teasing remarks, and Ashton's tender, affectionate smiles. But before the stabbing aches in my heart changes to something too painful to bear. It's all in my head is what I often tell myself. Yet the way my heart runs at just the sight of them hurts. Like a coward, I walk away from all of it, taking with me small hope the movie will distract me away from these thoughts. Just like this, it's easy to find something to hate in her. This gets already given way tonight when we first leave the film fest. Unfortunately, it does nothing to improve my mood like I am hoping. Near just the muggy air that greases upon stepping back into the noisy streets. Too busy. Too loud. Too many people taking what little space the sidewalk offers. Force anyone to bump shoulders with those they barely know, let alone care about. On a normal evening, I probably wouldn't have minded the crowd nor the humid weather. It's not like any of them are bothering anyone. Yet, even with what's admittedly a pleasant company, I can't bring myself to lighten up.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya!
All the events are return the smiles Aston and Zachary give us when we go our separate ways. Perhaps this started with Miss Cooper's call or earlier than that, maybe the moment I left bed this morning. Bloody hell, it could have been because of that sodding letter for all I know. I couldn't care less at this point. All he wants to get a warm bath, sleep, and wait for this dreadful day to end. Now if only Isabella would stop babbling, then maybe this doll dropping at the side of my head would turn into a full-blown headache too. She is so... I have already said it too much. I need to stop. I need to stop being angry at a fictional character. I need to chill. I need to chill.
Zach did a pretty good job with his movie, didn't he? Even though Ash said he ran into some trouble late into filming. But I knew he had it in him. It's not like I didn't believe he couldn't do it. I mean, did you see his face after the credits rolled? All those months he worked on this, and everything's finally...
You weren't even watching.
Only the first minutes. I watched the rest of it, I swear. Besides, Ashton was the one who wouldn't stop asking questions.
Well, why do we still need to talk about this then? I liked it. Ash liked it. You liked it.
She is making me so mad. 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 It's your fucking friend's film. You're talking about it because it's a film that your friends poured a lot of effort into. She's trying to discuss something that matters to her friend. And you're like, why are we talking about this? Purely because she's jealous. Like, girl, like, you can be jealous. It's okay to be jealous. But the way she is just ignoring everything that is so much more important for the sake of being bitter and a bitch is pissing me the fuck off. You know, there is something my friends will say about some people, like how they will chill if they got dicked down once. I usually don't like that phrase, but girl, Megamites, honestly, yeah. Like, go freaking scissor with Marianne or something. Like, you two are equally shit. Heck, go freaking hang out with Luke, the ominous asshole. Even that would be better than this. Just, girl, you need to, this is what 29 years, oh, not literally 29 years, but this is what almost 29 years of crushing on your childhood friends will do to you. Like, at some point you've gotta let it go or you will turn into Rebecca. Holy shit, she has let this get way too far.
Shouldn't you be telling that to Zachary in person? I'm sure he'll appreciate it better than I ever will.
I know that, but maybe there's something you want to say? Zach had you check the scripts before he went through everything, didn't he?
I'll just tell him weirdo so you can move on. Just anything so Becca can move the fuck on, like... Oh, she is making me more angry than any fictional character in a fictional novel I've played on stream till now has made me. She is really pissing me off. Like, I don't know if it's because, like, I'm a psych student and I really care about, like, how people approach these kinds of things. But I cannot stand it when people just, that something gets to this degree. Like, oh god, there's a few bot in my Twitch chat. Anyways. It really annoys me when people let it get, like, to this degree. Like, girl, you know that you're jealous, and you know it's turning you bitter, and yet you're doing nothing about it. Like, just, I don't know, just, it annoys me, it annoys me.
You also worked on it, even if it was only for a short time. So, maybe you want to...
I don't bother waiting for the rest. The moment I spot my car, I mainly make a quick beeline for it. Valid. Knowing her, this is me. I just heard something in my house. Anyways, knowing her, this is merely another attempt at starting a conversation. Just so we'll have something to fill the dead air to replace the strange atmosphere we somehow walked into. No, sorry, there was noise in my house. I was like, what the frick is going on? But it's nothing. At least I don't think. It was probably just my cat making noise. One thing, the very thing I'm not keen to deal with at the present. upon me. Isabella also charges her pace to match mine, her soft strides growing brisk and uneven in order to catch up. A small part of me half expects she'll suddenly trip. She's not the clumsy sort, but there are definitely times when she can be the least coordinated person on the planet.
Becca, hey! Oh no. Wait for me!
And people wonder why I worry. They're really completely unfounded once you've grown familiar with their habits. Right now, this is also the very end of the list of things I want to think about. Sometimes it does become overbearing. Girl. The knocking so cute. There was knocking. I didn't hear knocking. Was there knocking? I don't know. All I know is that I heard a noise. Anyways, like, at this point, why is she friends with Isabella? Like, if you, she step sounds? No, it wasn't the step sounds, it was something else. But, like, she is so annoyed with her. She doesn't give her the time of day, doesn't let her talk. Why at that point are you even friends with her? Like, it's just because at this point the only reason it seems like that she's friends with Isabella is because Ash is in that friend group and she wants to stay with Ash in that friend group. But like, that's so mean. Like, Isabella seems to genuinely think of Rebecca as her friend, and right now it seems like she could not give less of a fuck about Isabella. She is so sour. She was sounding like knocking. I don't think it was that. I think it was actually in my house. Even her voice as she calls after me sounds nothing more than background noise in my ears now.
Rebecca, slow down, will you? Your car's not going to leave without us.
The sooner we get on the road, the earlier we can get home. It's Friday, in case you didn't notice.
Like, be so for real with me right now. This is not how friends should be talking to each other. Like, if you talk to your friend like this, I mean, I guess in a specific situation, but like, this does not seem like it's a one-time thing.
I know what day it is, but the traffic's not going to magically disappear, even if we go there right now.
I don't want to hear that from you. Didn't you used to complain how horrendous the traffic is back home for you?
Yeah? But that doesn't have anything to do with this, Becca.
Okay. What do you want to do then? Wait it out? Walk? I just want to go home, Isabella.
Oh well, yeah, I'm biting my fucking tongue to keep me from cursing her out because she is making me really mad right now.
If you want to stay out here longer, I won't stop you. But leave me out of it. I'm not up for any other foolish excursions tonight.
Like, I know I've already spilled my thoughts way too much about how much I dislike Rebecca, but that was me holding back. She is actually making me really angry.
I wasn't thinking about an excursion. I want to go home too. It's already late. It's just that you've been in this prickly mood since earlier.
No one is forcing her though. Yeah, that's a thing.
Are you really okay? Was it the cold? Or did something happen at school? Do you want to talk about it?
A long pause follows, and it holds everything she's been meaning to ask from the very start. I'm in no mood, but all the same, my hand stops short of unlocking my car and my grip on the handle tightens. I can feel her eyes boring on me, waiting, hoping patiently for any answers I'd give. She's the same as Zachary, they're bad liars. But when you talk to people like them, if you're not careful, they have to leave you with no other choice but to admit the truth. The exact same ones I can't voice. Despite my lack of response, she pushes on, surprisingly. This time her tone is quieter and more tentative than usual.
Was it because of the letter?
It's a well-meaning question, much like the rest of this talk, yet something in how she says it irks me.
If it is, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene.
Like, I want to stop talking about this because I know I'm talking about it too much, but like, she calls Isabella's childish so much, but right now, Isabella is the one who is acting like a fucking mature adult and trying to ask her like, hey, something is clearly up. Can you please like give me at least any indication at what I could be doing right now to fix this problem because something is clearly wrong. Yet Rebecca's just like, no, this person is a child. She's a bad liar. She's just naive fool. Like, girl.
I did see something in the mansion, though. I wasn't lying about that.
Wherever she wants to take this, I no longer want to hear a word of it. Not at this minute, probably never. Preferably never. Especially when there are already a million other things buzzing and prodding inside my head. Sometimes my patience can only be tried that long. So long. I don't want to lie to her. That's not gonna make the situation worse, but I know this is probably the answer that makes the relationship worse, but I don't want to lie to her either.
And during the open house,
That
even if
let
there were a lot
Ashton
of
go
people
down too.
around,
I mean, I
there
don't
were weird things happening.
care that much about that, but I don't know. I don't want to lie. I feel like lying is not helping her. Okay, that was definitely a sound in my house.
I don't know if there was anyone else who noticed, but I heard things. I'm sure it wasn't because I fell down the stairs. Even before that, in the attic,
Will you give the sorting letter a rest already?
The effect is immediate. Abruptly, Isabella clamps her mouth shut. Her flickers across her face as she looks away and her shoulders droop, all before the thought of holding back on my tone or how she'll take every word crosses my mind. When realization does hit after, a twinge of guilt washed over me at once. With all that's already been said and done, what am I supposed to tell her then? I'm someone who can be so easily unsettled by my own assumptions. This stupid sulk has been brought up by some equally stupid jealousy. I mean, I get why she can't talk about it, but, you know. That simple glance of her and my childhood friends together infuriates a part of me. Why did I wish I'd been in her place during those times instead? True or not, I we're neither of those, and if anything, she's the last person I want to know about it. Okay, but like... what? Like, I get why. But also, if she was truly your friend, if you truly cared about her, like you act like by being overbearing about her, if you truly gave a shit about her, you would fucking tell her. Just say like, just... Nothing is stopping you from just sitting down with her and being like, I'm sorry I've been mean to you. It's because I like Ashton. Like, I do get why she doesn't, but at the same time, they've been friends for years. And she is... I'm just gonna shut up and move on. Because I can't.
Look here.
I can't.
I'm not in the mood for this kind of talk tonight. My head is aching and I'm tired. I don't want to hear about the dumb letter, or the mansion, or whatever it was you saw in the bloody attic. Just get in the car and we're going home.
Sorry. I won't mention it again.
If you're so worried about it, why don't you just throw the blasted thing away?
You make it sound so easy.
Because it is?
Rebecca, shut the fuck up. Shut the actual fuck up. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. If it's so fucking easy to let go of your worries, then throw your fucking jealousy away too, girl. I am so pissed off. Somehow this is making me more pissed off than any rage game I've been playing till now.
Here, hand it over, and I'll do it for you. Might as well shred it up while we're at it.
I hold a hand out to her, the gesture is without any expectations. She's nothing if not stubborn, and it isn't surprising when she turns and offers with a sort of her hand.
Rebecca, just leave it alone, okay?
I hate her so much. Me too. I love that you just said you were indifferent about her. But yeah, no, fuck Rebecca, like actually.
I get it. You don't want anything to do with it.
Good. I hope that settles it.
Yeah, just forget I mentioned anything.
Like, I know I could have picked a nicer option here, but I feel like lying about her reason for being bitter is even worse than just saying I don't want to talk about. Like, this girl needs to get some fucking honesty with her feelings.
I'll figure it out myself.
That makes me stop again. This time, I turn to look at her, searching her face for an explanation. But all she offers me is a sidelong glance and another one of those pained looks for climbing on the passenger seat and closing the door behind her. Somehow, even with the steady din of traffic around us, the sound of that feels heavier, weighted with everything refused to utter tonight. This is what I want, isn't it? It certainly doesn't feel like it. Thankfully, if there's anything left to be spoken between us after, we won't have to discuss it on the way home. Or rather, we can't, because no sooner than we hit the road, Isabella dozes off. Despite my foul mood, I still end up suppressing a laughter once the first sound of her breathing fills the car.
Mama?
Not your mom, Isabella.
So unsteady, the quiet rhythm, so completely unlike her, so far removed from every impression anyone has of her. A few faint whimpers will occasionally come from her, but otherwise it's just us, this silence, and it's so utterly unexpected. Still welcome break, of course. Peace and quiet is one thing you'll rarely get with her around. It's nowhere near comforting. It really lends the air this strange clarity. Every little sound, every little single movement, more palpable. But it comes on ease. A jolt of surprise hits me. It's almost comical if this were a different situation. In my haste, I accidentally dislodged my mobile from its seat on the dashboard when I swiped the screen. Soon I'm scrambling blindly for it with my other hand while keeping a steady eye on the road ahead. A voice crackles from the loudspeakers before I can put it back. Although muffled heavily by the surface, I recognize the person from the other lane from a chipper tone alone. Wait, what? Why are you saying break at her? What about... Oh, down at her. I was like, why are you talking about her? No, I just misread that. It says rug at her.
Hello?
No, yeah, no worries. I just can't read. I just can't read.
Miss Cooper?
Oh, you're still awake. Evening. I hope I didn't disturb you or anything. I know it's a bit late. Sorry about that. I just want to check on you and Isabella. That girl's still not answering her mobile. Were you able to meet up with her?
She is so about to get killed in this phone call. Like, we know she dies. So, you know.
Yes, she's with me. We're on our way home.
Hello? What was that again? I can't hear you properly.
I don't know if you can see it right now. What? I'm confused, Mavis. Whatever you're talking about, I don't know. Until Rebecca gets rid of that. What? What? Mavis, you are confusing me so much right now. Get her mad. Huh? Kirigi, I'm also very confused. What?
Sorry, let me just fix this dumb phone.
Oh yeah, she's dead. My head stops dead for a moment. As Mary defies a brief glance, waiting. Seconds pass. Oh lord. Mavis, I'm sorry, I cannot for the life of me decipher what you're talking about. I don't know if messages got deleted or if the context is just escaping me. But yeah, I'm confused. Nothing happens though. Frankly, I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but the lines of my mouth firms into a frown regardless.
Miss Cooper?
Yes, still here.
Did you say something?
1 second, seriously, what is happening? Why is there so much noise in my house? I don't know.
Just that I didn't get the last part. What were you saying again?
No, I thought you... Never mind. Must be the signal acting up. Come again?
What?
Is everything all right over there?
Because she is sleeping, I was making a joke, so she's like, oh, you mean that she should get rid of... that she should get rid of that bitch? Oh, I get the joke now. It's a pushing her out of the car joke. That took me a second, but yes, I get it now. She could just push us out of the car and be like, oh no, such a shame. Anyways, hi Ashton.
Certainly. Is something wrong? What wouldn't?
I mean, that does explain why she doesn't give a shit about the letter, because if the letter is gonna get rid of her, at least she doesn't have to be the one to do it.
Okay, you seem to be busy. If this is a good time, I can just call you back some,
I have to make a conscious effort not to panic right there and then, although my tight hold on the steering wheel tells me a different story altogether. Nice catch, Craigie. I can't see who is doing the moderating, but yes.
Miss Cooper? Rose? Hey, Rose! Are you still there?
Only a burst of static answers me and... I know you can. I can't because I'm logged out and I restarted my laptop, so I'm logged out of Twitch and didn't have time to log in. Maybe this lapse is entirely because of exhaustion. It has been a long day and I haven't fully recovered from this last week's bout of flu, contrary to what I've been telling people. But perhaps had I paid closer attention to it, and not been so occupied with other thoughts I probably would have noticed earlier. It never came from my phone, but from somewhere right behind me. Not Gara playing eugenics. I'm gonna say something. I do think Rebecca is Loki's psychic. Because I don't think any of the others have heard the voice this clearly. I mean, the help me has been present, but not like... This almost sounds like a person talking, whereas until now it has been super, like, gargled. You know what I mean? What's your notifications? I don't know. Anyways, please don't crash the car. Time slows to a crawl. Looking up is a mistake. The first thing I see is its face, a ghastly shade, every inch battered, bruised, and bloodied. Even in the darkness and the world passing by in a blur of lights outside, I can still make out the wounds. Blood still oozes from it, little trails of crimson running down its face, glistening under what little light there is. But it's the gleam in its eyes that catches mine. Quietly, the anguish and the desperation in them. More than its hideous features, an awful stench of gore now soaking the air. Try as I might, I can't bring myself to look away. You're so gonna crash the car. Am I gonna have to do a quick time to not crash the car? I like advertising what I'm doing. Even as its lips contoured into a smile. Even as sharp, harsh noises pierce the air and silence in the silence around us.
Rebecca! Huh? Car! Eyes on the road!
What did I say? I guess everything I've been taught and I've constantly reminded myself. I close my eyes. It's a brief moment. A short vivid section of muscle memory and instinct completely taking over. If I didn't allow it, if my hands didn't move or my feet didn't hit the brakes in that extra second, I might have... Isabella and I might have... No. I shake the notion away before I lose myself in it. Right now, it's an ugly line of thought I refuse to venture into. That's why breathing is a struggle, and every ounce of my strength has been totally drained from my body. Most definitely not when Isabella's panicked voice beside me still rings in my ears. We're alive. We're safe. That's all that matters. That's not her face that I look for when I finally open my eyes. All gone. I expected stains, little telling marks and creases on the covers to show me where it sat not a second ago. But whatever it is, left not a single trace. I know courage is a hard thing to gather at this point. I dig what little of it remains in me and turn towards the back seat. Even then, there's none. Was there really something in there in the first place? But how empty it is, I'm beginning to doubt it. I love that the elevator, stupid elevator music is immediately back again. Just like, yeah, that happened. You're fine. We're just gonna get back to silly music. The stupid flu again.
I need a long rest after this.
My hands fell uselessly to my sides, not from how taut my grip on the wheel has gone, yet still trembling from the unexpected rush of adrenaline. Against my ears, my heart still pounds in erratic rhythm, and my breathing hasn't slowed down. But the world has already righted itself without waiting for me. Little by little, second after second, I sit there motionless, color begins to seep back around me. Long for the other sounds and a voice, no longer the indistinct ringing it was earlier.
Rebecca! Becca! Are you okay? Answer me, will you? You're scaring me! You know what? I think we should just call a taxi since...
Can you keep it down?
Rebecca, you just almost killed her. You have no fucking right to tell her to calm the fuck down. Strained, harsh, and completely unintentional. Is that the fucking default elevator music? Yes, I pointed it out earlier. Like, it's so silly. They go straight from horror to the fucking default elevator music. With deep prickling at the back of my eyes and the mouth throbbing at my temple, I could honestly do with a little silence for now.
Keep it down? We almost crashed, Becca!
Thank you, Isabella, for finally crashing out at her bullshit.
I know what happened. It was a lapse. I'm sorry.
A lapse? You call that a lapse? Becca, I really don't want to end up a mangled mess on the side of the road. Or a mangled mess anywhere.
It's making me feel so much better that Isabella's finally had enough of her bullshit.
All I'm asking, if the time ever comes, which I hope isn't right now, is a peaceful death. Give that one to me at least. Not that I'm asking for it, but please.
Isabella. Belle, you're overreacting. If you're so worried, why don't you drive?
Don't have a license.
I keep telling you to get one, didn't I? For the past 5 years.
She is so freaking turning the conversation on her. I'm not even gonna bother pointing it out anymore. It's just... Rebecca is a perfect example of a friend you should be very worried about. Like, if this is how your friend is acting towards you, you should probably reconsider things.
Do you see why now?
I wasn't really expecting to stay here this long. I thought it'd just be for a year or two.
All of a sudden, a pensive mood comes over her. Isabella looks away then, but what's the little bit left of my lecture never crosses the tip of my tongue. I don't allow it to. Because in each of those words she lets loose earlier is a small truth. Her stay was always meant to be something fleeting. Earn some good money, go home, it's what she'd tell herself during her first year here. Now, half a decade later, I'm not sure if she still believes that. Even I'm not sure I still believe it. If there's something in her reasons that has changed along the way, even if I already have a hunch, it's one thing I'll never bother to ask. Those are hers to keep.
I'll be careful this time, I promise. Just please, can we give this whole thing a rest for now?
She nods and that is the end of it. We spent the rest of the trip back to Salonwell in silence. All thoughts of an overactive imagination playing tricks on a flute-aided mind and off smiles never missed from my eyes, abandoned, if only for a brief moment. How long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours. Alright, I'll keep going. It begins instantly enough. Tuesday morning arrives like any other day before it, bright and clear. Even though it comes with an extra helping of the unusual October weather, I appreciate being able to capture a glimpse of the clear skies lately. After going through a bout of sickness last week, it does something to lift the mood of what would otherwise be a dreary morning. And despite being mostly a creature of habit, I wound up waking earlier than usual because of it. Still no earlier than Isabella, it appears. I've assumed she'll take a day off or two because of what happened to Miss Cooper, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The sound of the morning news just from her unit when I walked past on my way to the mailbox. When are we now? Okay, I don't like Marianne, but I love her little drawing in this picture. This drawing, hell yeah. I don't know when we are now. Chances are, around this hour, she's already dressed and ready to go, probably just waiting for the next bus to arrive. I've tried following her example before, but I don't think I'll be repeating that.
Really? How can anyone be up before the sun is up?
It's a habit she got from home, she said, instilled by her by the kind of life she grew up in. Like clockwork, it's always 4 a.m., either to help with the chores or prepare her little siblings for school. Jesus, 4 a.m. Girl, that's still nighttime. It surprised me the first time. She doesn't look like someone who could. In the end, I've simply passed it off as one of the many things I know will have to get used around her. That I'll ever fully understand. I'm my parents' only child. We aren't well off, but so far I've lived a relatively easy life. Wait, aren't her parents academics? Hold up. Rebecca. Her parents are both professors. What do you mean you're not well off? Girl. I mean, you're not freaking Hannah and Luke levels of rich, but what do you mean you're not well off? That's bullshit. Like, didn't you literally, you were being tutored by Hannah. Like, huh? I didn't have to think about bills or food for the next day, or paying any other siblings' tuition on top of my own, or supporting a rich, sick father's medication. Professor, teachers, professors. It specifically says university. Yeah, it says right here. You can see my cursor, right? Her parents were professors of European history and Southeast Asian history at Luxembourg University. They're specifically professors, so they have to at least be making decent money. All I have to worry about were my grades if I'd gain Mom and Dad's. Who the fuck calls her dad da? Mom and Dad's for approval, or what we'd be having for dinner. I put next to her stale pale in comparison. They look less like problems and more like petty issues this way. I mean, I guess she's just not used to seeing someone like Isabella who goes from actual, like, money problems. That's odd, yeah, I don't know.
Petty issues.
But as unimportant as it all sounds, sometimes it's ugly head fears at the most inappropriate moments. And sometimes they come through your mailbox in the form of a fancy looking letter, pretty ribbons and all. My friend sent this has spent silly money on the envelope alone. Or something ridiculous. I mean, I guess I got my father Pa. I mean, that's more normal to me than calling your father Da. I mean, I guess if she did grow up around Hannah, I guess compared to Hannah, she would seem not well off, but like, girl. I can already imagine Isabella wrinkling her nose when she sees this. Then she'll complain about unnecessary expenses and rich people problems. I'm almost afraid to touch it myself. As I'm simply brushing a hand against its crisp surface will be enough to put a crease on it. It'll be a terrible slight to send there. But as extravagant as I find this, it isn't really the first time I've received one. Most of the time it's not even for me, so who am I come to complain? Either way, no look of surprise crosses my face once I flip the envelope over to see my parents' names written in a neat script.
Nothing new then.
Their years in academia naturally brought with it various connections, people from other fields, art, science, business, politics, you name it. This one, though, gives us a much personal vibe. Letters like this usually come from old students, people who've grown fond of my parents, and they, in turn, treat like children of their own. I've only met a few of them. Most have moved on to become successful in their chosen careers, and little letters like this are a way of expressing gratitude. It's one thing Mom and Dad are proud of, rightfully so, and I'm happy for them. But there are times I wish they'll remember they have a daughter here. The real one, that is of any importance now. It's not like they didn't raise me well or provided for me. They did. I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for their hard work. And I, like a dutiful child, I do everything I can to give back. Even if it's a small thing as letting them know they've got another meal waiting for them. The phone rings for a good minute before someone answers. Mom, her voice as warm as I remember.
Becca?
Hi, Mum. How's the conference going?
Well enough. Until your dad sprained his ankle.
Oh no, is it bad?
I'm alright. In case anyone in this family cares to listen, I'm alright. Very much alive, darling.
I finished the little thing. Can I see Mavis? Can I see? Can you send? Shut up, Epic Games. Can you shows? Yes, wait, I will wait. I am waiting. I wait. It sits, I wait. You continue, I'll send it. Okay. I'll continue.
And there you have it. He'll be up and walking in a few weeks, don't worry. We're going to have to extend our stay here until it heals, though. Is something the matter?
Nothing big. Just that this mail arrived for you this morning.
It's probably the invite to Hannah's party, by the way. A lie, thankfully she doesn't notice. Although if I'm going to be honest, a small part of me yearns for her to do so and ask me about it. But I put down that idea almost as soon as it surfaces. I shouldn't make them fret, they're busy.
What does it say?
Raise your glasses, give cheers to the good times, blah blah.
Yeah, it is Hannah's party.
Becca manners. That isn't how I taught you to read.
Sorry. You are cordially... it's an invitation, Mum, for a housewarming party. From, Hannah?
The name rings a bell, though at the moment I can't recall when or where I've heard it recently. It must be nothing too important if I didn't bother committing it to memory. There are a lot of Hannahs in this world, so who knows?
Hannah.
She also wrote you a note, Mum. It says you used to be her private tutor at the Evans mansion, and that she misses you and would love to see you two again.
It makes my heart clench to read another openly say those words to them, the same ones I want to tell them. I want to see you too. It's been years that we've been together as a family, and if there's one thing that hasn't changed since childhood, it's that Mom and Dad are still busy with their respective careers. Off the country, I'll end some meeting or a symposium, sometimes for months on end. It only grew more frequent with the years until I'm old enough to live on my own. I like to think that's how I've become independent at such an early age. They've always praised me for that. At times I wish they didn't.
Evans?
Should I send it to Arch? Yeah, sure.
Oh, I remember now. Honey, it's Hannah! Hannah Evans. Remember? Bright girl, 2 years older than Becca?
Didn't she get married a few years ago? 7 now, I think. But, they grow up so fast, these kids.
Yeah, she invited us to that too. Fonte de Medici. But we missed that one because you had to present your paper in Singapore.
We did send her a note after. Still a shame we couldn't attend, though. What is it about this time?
She sent another invite for a housewarming party. Becca, when is it?
This Friday, Mum.
Oh, that's too bad. We'd love to be there, but Da's not in a condition to go walking around. I guess we'd have to decline again. I really miss that girl.
I could go in your place.
I let it slip without thinking. Personally, I've never been fond of gatherings, regardless how simple people make it seem. But if there's one thing I hate hearing, that disappointed note in Mom's voice always rings first. Also, I was wrong in remembering it. Hannah was never Becca's tutor. Becca's mother was Hannah's tutor, and I guess she saw Becca around. I don't know. Sent it? Alright, I'll look. Also, sorry, I just... the freaking... Also, why... not the bee talking. I'm gonna show this on stream. This is beautiful. This is spectacular. I saved it to totally the wrong place, but I do not care. Oh, I loved it. I love this. Hold up. I think I accidentally saved it in here. Yes, I did. Look at this comic Mavis made. This is so... Oh god, that's not... Hold up. This is so good. The idea was if Twink such decided to wear heels. Also, I like. Also, I do see what you meant with tip, and I hate it. But also, like, the hair kind of reminds me of a character, but I don't know what character, so I can't say what. But it's amazing. It is amazing. I'm like stunned speechless. This is art. It's beautiful. Which is lore accurate art. Yay. That's amazing. 10 out of 10. I love it so much. I love it as well. Like, I know I'm being quiet. I'm like just staring at it, but that's because I love it. This is a spectacular cake. This is it's again, it's amazing. I'm gonna pin that to the art channel. I want to speak, but the sheer amount of beauty radiating from Twink's has rendered me speechless. Honestly, real. Also, I love that I guess Twink's I love that Twink's has freaking no vision. There are no eyes to be found. Maybe it's not even from being tall. Maybe my hair is just in the freaking way. No, that's not. No. Why am I... How do I pin something? Slinksa has no vision. Slinksa's freaking blind. The first guy's shit. Bees carrying twins as well. That's awesome. That's sick. That's my favorite part about it. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing. That's just cute. It is. Who's hiding his 5 eyes? True, actually. That's a very good explanation. Bees do have 5 eyes. But just it's pinned to the art channel now because it deserves to be there. Oh, you spent this to put it in your channel too, hell yeah. Anyways. Wait. But if there's one thing I hate hearing that disappointed tone that personally, I've never been fond of gatherings, regardless of how simple people make it seem. If there's one thing I hate hearing, that disappointed note, then Mom's voice always ranks first. Whether it's directed at me or some other thing doesn't matter.
Are you sure? Don't you have work this Friday?
The event will be in the evening, Mum. It shouldn't take anything away from my schedule. It's all right. The invite's for 2 people. I can bring someone with me so things don't get boring.
Is that why Ash is there? Oh no. Oh no.
I see. Maybe you can also invite Ashton?
Mum, that's a sure no from him. He hates attending parties. But I'll see what I can do.
I mean, he goes. We know that he ends up going, so... I'm not happy about it though. She needs to let it go.
If not, I can always bring Isabella with me. You know her. She won't say no if there's food involved.
Okay, if it's not going to be a big problem for you, I don't see why not. We owe you this one, darling.
No problem, Mum. I'll even say hi to Hana for you.
Please do. And let her know we'd love to see her once we're back in the city. Leave her our number or something.
I will.
But you know, the 2 of you would have become really good friends. Don't you remember? You met with her once. If my memory serves me right, you were 12 then?
This too, I can't recall. It's probably one of those meetings where we only talked a bit before going our ways. If she did leave an impression, I'm sure I would have written about it somewhere, or at least recognized her name. As it is, the only few people I remember clearly from that time of my life was Ashton and Mandy. To some extent. Mom must have sensed my confusion because she laughed.
Don't push yourself too hard, darling. Really? It felt like having 2 daughters back then. Sometimes I wish they didn't send her away to boarding school. But, well, you know how often that goes with them. Still, try talking to her while you're there.
Oh, we'll see. I'll let you know what happens after.
I'm looking forward to it, darling. Take care of yourself.
Will do. You too, Mum. Bye. Tell Da to be careful next time.
She chuckles then, a hearty one, tender and always light on my ears. She may be a stern teacher, but this is the part of her I love most. The sound of it still echoes, even as her call comes to an abrupt end, bringing with it a memory from so many years ago. One life and responsibilities that accompany adulthood are things far from our minds. If given a chance, I'd love to go back to those. I don't haunt it though, shaking it all away almost as soon as the memory forms a clear picture in my head. Going by to shout at the masterpiece dropped in the art channel, don't worry, I already showed it on screen. It has already been displayed beautifully. I've always wondered how Isabella could easily pretend everything's normal over a phone call, then bounce back to her usual self immediately after. I've seen her do it plenty of times. Her be just drains whatever energy I have. And with the whole day of teaching still ahead of me, I can afford to look exhausted in front of my students. Glad you like it, thank goodness. There's no way anybody doesn't like this art piece. It is stellar. I will send bees to the house of anyone who dares to not like that art piece. It's really big, it is. If for a wee bit, it's never a good example to cite. So with another sigh, I put everything on the back of my mind and tread back to my room. There's still the day waits. 50 minutes later, I'm heading back out dressed for the day, my car keys in hand. You are glazing too much, I don't believe you anymore. No, listen, seriously. Seriously. For a comic that you made so fast, It's stellar. I could never. I think it's this is like, you need to realize that to me, I am not an art student. I have 0 art skills. To me, this is a masterpiece. Like, girl, don't hold yourself to high standards. If we say we like it, we really like it, and maybe that's because we don't know shit about art. But I don't think anyone here would say they like it just for the sake of liking it, just for the sake of like making you feel better. Like, I think we're being truthful. At least I am. And me tapping away tears of awe. God forbid we share a love for your art. Gamer, my jaw dropped. Mine did too. My stick is too juicy, my lobster is too buttery. I know, right? Exactly. You already know I'm weak for that wedding shit where you add Yelly is beautiful. Ordinarily, I don't stop for anything. There's never a need to. That's the beauty of this apartment complex. It's quiet and everyone keeps to themselves. Don't use just platitudes in the morning. No need to wear a smile on your face as other people are nosy enough to ask. Today, however, the morning broadcast still plays from Isabella's room. My brisk pace slows to a stop and a frown gradually forms in my face.
She hasn't left.
Of course, this is unusual. There are times when I've left earlier than she did, like last Friday before their open house. Those days are few and far in between. It only happens in direct circumstances, though the last part of that might have been an exaggeration. However, with what happened the last few days, maybe today is one. The death of our friend isn't something anyone can brush off, and for someone like Isabella, Isabella's the kind who's attached to people too easily. With Zachary, Ashton, and I, that's always been the case. I can imagine what she might be going through right now, especially when a woman was someone she owed a lot, despite her training being brief. I've given her the space last night in deference, but perhaps today might be the proper time to check on her.
Oh, whatever. I've still got time anyway.
With light steps, I move closer to her door, hand already poised to knock. Still, I don't do so until I hear her answer me.
Isabella? Belle? Are you in there?
No answer. After a second, I finally knock, lightly so I don't disturb her in case she's sleeping and has merely left the telly running last night. Never mind how she never lets it happen, ever. Waste of electricity and all.
I just want to check on you before I leave. Is that okay? Are you going to work today, Belle?
So nothing.
I'm about to leave. If you want, I can drop you off.
Another round of knocking. And I'm fishing out a copy of her key from my bag and unlocking the door. She landed years ago after I complained about the mess and after my help in cleaning up. I thought the gesture was completely unnecessary back then. After all, I could always knock. But she never did bother taking them from me. I was returning it or turning away from the conversation whenever I insist. At one point, I've simply stopped trying to hand it back to her.
Isabella? I'm coming in, alright?
Without waiting for her, I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The unit's still a mess. It's noodle cups on the table, a pile of clothes on one side, papers strewn about everywhere, and an unkept bed among other things. This much is a given, will always be a given. I've been here several times already, and I wonder how she can function like a human being with the place in this state. However, that's neither here nor there. Not sure what I'm expecting, but certainly not finding an empty flat. Granted, she could have left earlier, far earlier than usual. It's creepy that the television is so realistic. I'm trying to read what it says, but I think it just says news over and over. Close the TV. But she never ever leaves without making sure she's unplugged everything. That's something she doesn't forget to do. Enough mumble. It doesn't help that her bathroom appears unused this morning. Another habit, and it can only mean she hasn't been here since last night. Perhaps even since the morning after Miss Cooper's death. Oh, so it's a day later. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just give me a freaking proper time frame for when this is happening, but I guess this is happening like a little bit later, not the day after the previous one. Either idea doesn't sit well with me. What with the news we've been hearing lately. Oh, this is probably the day where she, Are we all the way? I guess it would make sense if this is during the house party, because the house party is pretty late in the timeline. She is staying at Zach's. Yeah, I figured as well, like, this is probably when she's staying at Zach's. But that would mean this is... The reason why I was confused is that means we did the biggest time skip. Because we went from one of Isabella's first days to her last day. Because she stays at Zachary after the office thing. So I guess we just did a time skip. But yeah, she's probably at Zachary's. Interesting.
The authorities are still trying to find the cause of death for all the victims.
Either idea doesn't sit well with me with the news we've been hearing lately. Seriously, no comment on the employee's death.
Early investigation revealed most of them were employed under Briar Realty Corporation at the time of death. Meanwhile, BRC has refused to comment on this.
Gathering my wits, I immediately placed a call to her mobile. It rings for a good minute, the sound of a comfort in itself, but when another minute rolls by without her answering... Well, I'm not a woman prone to panicking. Some bouts of temper, maybe, but never panic, despite how I may sound when speaking. The story does need to continue, true. I mean, it makes sense. I just, you know, it would have been... I mean, maybe they did update the journal by now. Yeah, they did. We did do a big time skip. Yeah, we went from this day all the way to the 25th. I mean, they literally show you the date at the... Actually, no, I don't think they showed the date, did they? Maybe they did show the date. They probably showed the date. I just don't know. I don't have the dates memorized. That's on me, to be honest. Now, when it ultimately goes straight to her voicemail, aside is the only thing I let out. No idea. The pause doesn't last long, though. In the next moment, my fingers are already moving across the screen in search of the two people who might be able to help. It's Ashton's number I find first and dial. Call it a habit, but even Isabella thinks he's dependable when the situation calls for it, despite how much they give each other grief. That really says a lot about him. There's Zachary, but around this hour he's probably still sleeping. If he has a freelance work, it's very likely he's just gotten himself in bed. He's the last person I want to bother if anything. The wait doesn't take long. Soon it clicked, and Ashton's voice echoes through the receiver, rough and still heavy with sleep. He never did grow fond of mornings.
Becca? Christ, what time is it? What's up?
Not you, apparently.
Good one.
He sounds like he's half dead.
Did you call us early just to make that joke? I'm going back to sleep.
No, Ash, hold on! This is important!
Becca, stakeout last night. Make this quick. I've still got a few hours before the chief bothers me.
Sorry, I'll let you go back to sleep after. It's just that... Wait, you were on a stakeout last night?
Did I say that? Shit. Forget I said that. Forget I said anything. Forget we had this conversation.
Then we need to wake Ash up in the morning more often. He is not good at keeping his mouth shut when he's sleepy.
So, you have no idea?
About what? About what? I also have no idea why we're talking so early in the morning, so there's that.
No! Will you stop sleep talking or whatever for a second? Belle didn't come home last night. She's gone!
Who?
Isabella!
Instead of an answer, a brief pause comes after. Followed by something blunt and heavy hitting a hard surface and a string of rather colorful curses probably. Get the fuck up, don't worry. The mention of Isabella woke him up, which is probably not going to make Rebecca happy. The fuck was that sound? What? What was that? What the fuck, Ashton? sound ever. Can I play it? I can't replay it. That's so tragic. Oh, this loser. The moment might have been one of the many things I'll keep to myself and remember fondly in the next few days if things aren't the way they were. Damn, she really is too far gone if she thought that was a moment to remember. Not to laugh at him, just for the fondness, I mean. I would be remembering it for a very different reason. It was for the safety, so I just thought we were pushing to wake up. When he picks up again, there's no trace of sleep left in his voice.
Say that again, from the top.
Isabella's gone, Ash. She didn't come home last night. Her flat's empty. She left her telly running. You know she doesn't do that at...
Okay, Becca, stop. Calm down first. You're starting to panic.
I'm not!
You are. Breathe. One person's not going to simply disappear like that. This is Isabella we're talking about. Did you try calling her?
What did you think is the first thing I did? She's not picking up. It went to her voicemail.
How about Zach? Did you check with him?
Not yet. I didn't want to bother him. You know he has trouble sleeping and all that.
All right. I'll go ask Zach. I'll call you back.
No, wait!
He ends the call before I can utter a single word of protest, and then he forgets to call her back, and then we see the scene from Isabella's side. But for the first time since entering this room, tension has gone from my shoulders and my breathing has eased. Bed creaks as I sink down to sit on it with a sigh. Telly still blares the same uninteresting news, and I'm surrounded by clutter. All the same, it feels strangely calm to be here without worry nagging at me. I have to apologize to Zachary later for sending Ashton his way this early, but for now relying on the ladder for this isn't the wrong choice. Even if it will be, that's something I won't ever doubt in him, much like his promises. And through his words, he comes back only a few minutes after the last one has ended. Okay, he does call back, that's good.
She's with Zach.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. She could have at least sent a message last
Is there more
night.
sound in your house? No, that was me sipping tea.
What are you, her mother?
I don't think they heard it from Isabella, but from Ashton.
I don't want to hear anything like that from you.
I'm serious. You've got to stop treating her like she's one of your students, Becca. You don't have to keep tabs on her every time.
Ash is low-key, right?
Last I checked, she's only 3 years younger than the two of us. That's almost a decade gap from those kids you're teaching, you know.
Says the person who keeps calling her scaredy cat.
That's my way of learning. I'm just a fucking tuner. Leave me alone.
That's not related. At all. Anyway, I'll go check how she's doing. Don't stress yourself out. You go ahead to work.
Wait, you? Don't you have a precinct to be at?
I have no idea why she's acting so motherly. It makes no sense. I mean, I don't freaking know. It's just like, it's probably just her personality, but also she doesn't like what she's doing. Like, nobody is forcing her to do it, and yet she keeps doing it despite the fact that it just pisses her off more, which, like, girl, she already obviously has beef with Bella. I know, exactly. That's what I've been saying this entire time.
Whatever happened to not treating her like one of my students? Because if anyone's going to ask me, I think you're doing the same thing.
Zach said it's an emergency. Something happened last night.
Emergency?
He didn't put in those exact same words, but it sounded like it.
Ash, what really happened? Is Isabella fine?
She's alright. She's safe. Zach let her stay the night after she... Look, okay. Z-Man wasn't clear about it, but let me handle this. I'll check on her. I'll bring her home.
It sounds like a lie if I've ever heard one. The sort where he admits things so people won't fret, and I'm not sure whether I should be happy he cares that much to do that. I feel like she is using being blunt as an excuse to be rude. Oh, she is. She is. She is. I'm not even gonna pretend she isn't. She is. She's just using her freaking, like, overbearing nature as a way to, like, vent her anger. She doesn't actually care. There should be a need for this between us, is there? We grew up together, didn't we? He knows I'm capable of at least hearing out the truth without it gnawing at me for the rest of the day. He knows me better than that. I mean, Rebecca probably cares a little bit, but like not nearly as much as she behaves like. The reason she behaves like this is because she is frustrating and is frustrated and is using it as a way to vent her anger. I know I'm better than that. Like, she looks down on Isabella so much. Frankly, there's plenty of other things to say about this. But despite and after all the trouble we went through, with how things are moving at the moment, only one thought occurs to me. I can handle the jealous answer. I'm gonna say sorry for the trouble. Yeah, that's the good one, I guess. I don't know if people want her to have a good relationship with Ash, but I don't want her to be jealous. I recognize his concern for what it is. It's not new for him to go out of his way for us, and to be honest, this is what I love about him. As much as I would have loved to take this off his hands, it'll only be selfish of me to insist, considering how much he knows of my other commitments. It still feels like I'll be trampling on that kindness he seldom offers to anyone.
Sorry for putting you up to this.
Nah, don't mention it. You've got other things you need to worry about. Take care of those first. This is a small thing.
I still owe you one.
Oh, I can name a few things you can do about that. You know, there's this ice cream shop that opened near the movie house. I could use.
See, Rebecca, see what you get out of not being a jealous bitch. You get an ice cream date with Ash out of it. Just don't be a bitch. It's not that hard.
Okay, let's stop right there. That's enough. On second thought, maybe I'll just think about it some other time.
Harsh.
We both laugh. The sun lingers and we're comfortable. Like the old days, when a wayward 26-year-old is at the bottom of the list we think... When a wayward 26-year-old is at the bottom of the list we need to... There is a word missing in this sentence. Like the old days, when a wayward 26-year-old is at the bottom of the list we need to worry about. It's not the bottom of the list of things we need to worry about, what, huh? This is how we find a common ground. We may not agree on a lot of things, we may see things the way the other does, but the give and take is something we've learned to get. There's a bunch of words missing here. We may not agree on a lot of things, you may see things the way the other... We may not see I'm just gonna read it the way it was supposed to be written. We may not see things the way the other does, but the give and take is something we've learned to get used to over the years. Whenever it's like this, confidence is him. Whenever it's like this, confidence in him is the least I can offer as thanks.
Really? Thanks for this, Ash.
I'll let you know what happened afterwards, I promise. I'll call you later. You have a good day. Bye.
I admit, the way he puts it isn't comforting enough. He can be blunt like that, so many unknown variables, so many words left unsaid. I should simply lay them all out in the open, because like this, I'm more inclined to think there's an exaggeration on the other's part. If it's from Zachary or Ashton, I don't know. In the end, all I can do is wait, go about my day, and hope for the best. We're leaving as for Isabella's room one last glance, disturbingly quiet now without her in it. I'll get an answer from here later. For now, my concerns are best left here. There's the day slips away in a blur. Do I want to continue? Nathus, do you want to see more of this game? Or are you like, nah, I've got shit to do before I start streaming? Since you're the main person in chat right now, I'll be asking you, I'll let you decide if I go longer or not. Looks like we could stop if you want. Honestly, it's not so much that I want to stop, but I know you're streaming later. So like, you know, I'm fine either way. That's why I'm asking you. I'm going to lay down for a bit before stream. Alright, then I will end this stream so you can lay down for a bit. Alright. Mikakati, no. I want you to get your rest. You deserve your rest. Alright. It's girl. Don't girl me. Let me make my decisions. Anyways. Yeah, no, it was nice to stream again, even though I needed some time away. Aw. But yeah, I don't know. My honestly, I feel like it wasn't that long of a break, and I'm like doing mostly alright now. It's mostly just my voice that needs to warm up a little bit again, but oh well. I'll be sure to be back tomorrow. How's your voice? It's fine now. It was mostly like around the middle section that got a little hoarse, but it's okay. But yes, I will probably be. Isn't it scary how much y'all care about each other? I mean, it is true. ASMR, yes. I still need to finish up the thumbnail, so I probably won't schedule it until like way later. Like probably tomorrow. Like for me, it's tomorrow evening. I'll probably schedule it in the morning or something. Not right away, but yes, tomorrow ASMR, yes. Alright, that reminds you of what? Well, Craigie says that it reminds him of, I'm gonna see if I can raid someone. Let's see if there's anyone live. Oh, I'm not logged in, so I can see. I'll have to do it on my computer. If I go into the DMs for a bit after stream, I have an assumption what it's going to be about, but yeah, that's fine. Alright, let me go to let's see if there's anyone live. Nope, there is nobody. I mean, I can try anyway, I guess. Cool, then we're on the same page. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end stream then now. Like, leave a comment, I guess. I don't know what about. Leave a comment about if you think your thoughts on Rebecca and if you think she is annoying or if I'm overseeing something. Let me know your thoughts. But yes, thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day, people. I can't find anyone to raid. Also, I'm probably just going to end it normally. Why is there never anyone live when I end stream? Gosh darn it.